at least those first couple of rounds went their way. Now NAOS obviously have to be a lot more afraid of this, because one of the big things.
हेलो व्हाट्स अप क्या हाल कैसे हो भाई लोग? प्लेऑफ्स की रेस शुरू हो चुकी है. SLT वर्सेस नाउस इज गोइंग ऑन एंड आज अपर ब्रैकेट फाइनलिस्ट मिल जाएंगे हमें 2. सनसेट खेल रही है यहाँ पे टीम नाउस. एक्चुअली भाई नाउस जीत सकती है बे, और यहाँ नाउस जीती तो हमने नाउस को हरा ही रखा है.
Of that one.
पूरा UI चेंज कर दिया है.
Should get the spike planted for free here. Instead, we watch for the claim here of NAOS. Aldrone broken, but they know Mojer has a judge now on hand. You also have Sand nearby. Suna, shock dart, that's huge. The Viper's gone, but Sand still delivers the double. Without the veil, he's the one who lifts the hope of NAOS here. LP, beautiful peak.
ये राउंड अभी भी नाउस निकाल सकते हैं. ओए Zexy मार दिया.
Still sharp as ever. And SLT, they're looking ready for this one. Sand with a shorty. Zexy will return the favor. All up to PTC right now. All up to PTC right now. And into the smoke, he'll swing out again. But Zexy, one more time and one more good show from him. It's SLT now, narrowing that gap.
Man, so close. Mojer getting picked off at the very start with a shock dart is
अबे वो डार्ट अगर नहीं लगता ना.
I don't know, man. You know that he wanted to get some value off of that judge, but he was completely shut down by SLT and the Sova in that one versus one matchup. Zan had some heroics, which was great. It allowed him to maybe scare SLT, force them out. A couple of picks here and there between the two, but still it was a little bit too overwhelming since they did lose that A control so quickly.
Oh, toxic screen though. This is helpful for NAOS to bridge that gap, expecting the operator from SLT. But do they know it's Klaus here? Now they do it. Now they get them.
Wow!
Also taken down. Despite the Bulldogs, it's enough for NAOS to work with. Not the Fury though, keeping them on their toes. Suna tracking perfection with the ultimate. PTC, he still gets the one.
Crazy भाई, ये क्या plays बना रहे हैं?
Straight into SLT and Mojer. He really wants to make this happen this time. You know, they're just so close, one wall away from each other. And oh no, Cinder, you're a victim here. It's really given on a platter. Everything up to Suna now.
Again, just a big counter against that. That chamber is already what they need. Zuna's been spotted.
Oh. Some damage onto PTC. Hold the spray though. Recon instead to know where Mojer is at. There is still time for Suna to work with. And he's thinking,
nice.
NAOS right now, one by one, but it's enough as Mojer closes the gap.
Hello.
And NAOS are a few steps ahead.
वेदांत भाई क्या हाल? कैसी रही दिवाली?
They're not gonna let you get out of harm's way. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, where Zexy falls, and then the counter Hunter's Fury gets 2 back. But again, because of all of that happening, it forced SLT to look the other way for the meantime. So with that, you know, we're gonna have our nice little halftime break and see you on the second.
5-7. नाउस जल्दी क्लोज करे दोनों गेम्स. हम लोग को फटाफट गेम्स देखना है भाई. VLT मैच में इसके जस्ट बाद ये बेस्ट ऑफ 3 खत्म होगा, उसके बाद VLT का गेम है. अरे हाँ, गुड लक स्टोरी तो लगाया ही नहीं. एक गुड लक स्टोरी. Playoffs start from today. अरे पिस्टल चालू हो गया, लेकिन गाइस मेरा जो सुपरस्टिशन है मैं वो करूंगा ही.
Straight up though, SLT now on defense. Zexy wants to go for that initial contact. Taking a step too far, but Dash keeps him alive for the time being. Trademark as well to buy some time here. But now they know this could be a heavy push. Zexy, he's gonna double dip, and that's why you don't. Just his hand slapped away. Nakia with the kill there. And now on the other hand, they'll slice the pie.
भाई ये नाउस ने यार जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ वैसे उल्टा हो जाता है.
To find out the PTC, the barrier, to at least wall things off for the time being.
Yeah. It's gonna be a 4 versus 4. This will make it difficult. Oh, look at the lurk though, coming in from Mojer on mid. That could be something.
Mojer, he's trying to find the angle, but the rest of NAOS do need to hold the line for a bit longer, just so he can get in position. Savvy's the one looking to do it right now. Struggles for him individually, but right now, he's
Door hit click चिपकाया Savvy.
With a 3K from afar, but it's NAOS here, making that pistol look oh so easy.
A big reason as to why it got that more simplistic. I wouldn't say easy for NAOS here, but that wall did not break, and it forced SLT to drop down here one by one. What are you supposed to do when it's like that? Look at that. They're just gonna get repeat one by one, and yes, the kumbayas for NAOS. You love to see it. That pistol really is a starter for them.
Like of all the teams right now, NAOS probably lived and died by the comp shop as they grew and got the experience to play in the top FPS scene. You can feel it in the vibes. And here for NAOS, I mean, the weather's good for them. It's sunset. That ice is going to stay a little bit longer. Not accurate, by the way. But in any case, they have the Marshall. They have that Guardian. Not the fullest anti-eagle here for NAOS Esports, though. Could SLT find the picks that they would like? The scan comes in. Sexy again. Happy to challenge. But it's Savvy and PTC to keep things steady. And here they are steering it towards the B side.
Yeah, Klaus could maybe hit a shot or two here.
Story डाल दिया अपन.
He hit a shot. Not a kill though, unfortunately.
He asked, and he shall deliver. But then again, remember, Savvy, he took first aid in college, maybe, I'm not too sure. But he had that healing orb, so PTC's topped up yet again. Nakia right now, still happy to challenge. Blast back into the market, Klaus in just one single spot.
Savvy ने अपना 2 राउंड में अल्ट और
to find more kills on board. This is huge for Savvy and huge for NAOS. He already has the resurrection. It could be a big investment for NAOS coming into the bonus. But as of now, the pistol fights are occurring. And Suna picks up a Marshall. Probably should still die to the spike though. But in the end, NAOS, yeah, their resources right now coming into the next round looking relatively healthy here.
For sure. Like you mentioned, now that Savvy has that resurrection, it is going to be a lot more options for NAOS to go even more aggressive here. Potentially onto the A site where they can just unleash Nakia and see how far he goes. And then if he's not in a bad spot where he dies, he can just get resurrected quickly by Savvy here. And you kind of might see that now that Nakia is going to be on a judge where the entirety of the NAOS roster is looking for that.
Nakia is 15-9 right now.
NAOS, they're happy to look for a trade.
कर दिया हमने हमारा ritual.
They also have the judge for Nakia, so expect him to make the hard entry happen. But SLT, you already know something's amiss here. Towards A main, posted up, Klaus again. Happy to play that first contact, but he's been struggling in this game actually. LP save can be said, it's not the same powerful PC from SLT, but here they come with the trades again. It's 2 for 2, and now playing Playing it safe and sound. Sand right now, making it happen again. But now have lost Sappy, and this is just sexy. Seeing one team right in front of him.
सारे trades आए हैं, सारे एक करके trades आए हैं.
To find their way in. Mojer planted the safe Cinder. On close paranoia right now. Mojer trying to play behind the box.
आवाज कर दिया.
Just to get that distance going here.
But he has to repeat though. This is going to be quite difficult as a 1 versus 1. Oh, he actually just bridged it. I love the positioning. Oh,
But
Cinder.
great
What's up
bonus.
Caterpillar, bit by bit.
Great
Mojer tried to
bonus.
close the distance, but SLT nicely done to win out their bye here.
Enemy A.
Want to see that again? This is a really strong power spot from LP, making sure that they don't really get their hands into the site, because that's where you know that the rest of the NAOS setup is really strongest at. NAOS want to preserve as much of their abilities for that post plan, and since they couldn't really make it happen, SLT was just kind of more had more utility to play around with on that 1 versus 1.
Oh, wall up? Is that the play here for PTC? No, instead just setting up the dart. Cinder finding San actually. Savvy AK happy to challenge. It's Savvy. Despite having the rest, he is just utterly fearless. Now the rest comes.
क्या मार रहे हैं भाई ये?
Advantage here for NAOS after the damage they did within that bonus round, and you can see where it hurts here for SLT already.
Cinder is lucky to be just alive with a sliver of health.
Player standing.
He's gonna TP up
Yeah.
this.
From lucky to be alive to the only one alive, Cinder in the corner. He's gonna hear that plant come the way of NAOS. And if Cinder can't do any damage here, Asteroid, this is huge for NAOS Esports. They did burn the Resurrection, but they're gonna be 5 alive into the next round if things keep up. Now, the wall gonna break. San with the 6th sense to check the corner. And double digits achieved here by NAOS.
भाई पागलपन है.
That's what we want to see.
बहुत fast
Again,
खेल रहे हैं, अच्छा है बे.
aggression. And
खेलो इतना ही
just,
fast
I
खेलो.
guess the reads overall from NAOS just to make sure, right, that they always have a chance to just refrag each other, read their opponents as quickly as they possibly could. Once they started feeling out that there was these smokes on mid, they wanted to go for the fight for it.
पैसा
knowing
है
that
नहीं
Status
अभी
still had
ऑन
his
शिप
ultimate.
के पास
Still
और
went,
MLP
still
के
went pretty
पास.
good their way.
I mean, coming into this game, right, NAOS had all the
SLT
tape on
is looking
SLT.
like
There was none really for this configuration of
जी
NAOS.
rookie. It's like not rookie भाई क्या ही लग रहे हैं वो लोग एकदम नौसिखिए लग रहे
The 2024 year for him, and then
हैं.
some. But hey, SLT
Flying drone.
trying to watch the angle from Market. Aldron from PTC as well, just to scout out close. And it's been a concern, of course, because Zexy wants to challenge. The tailwind burned, but Knock has not done. The updraft
Updraft
to dodge it.
क्या?
It's just cinematic, and Zexy is the action star there.
Yeah, that does give them a lot of control here on the site, but here comes the rest of SLT.
Ooh. Also, you have to be careful. They can't really cross into backside thanks to the numbers here by SLT. And there you go. Add another 2 to Cadavers. All of the savvy really on the site. Mojer cutting.
मारा एक बढ़िया मारा. अरे मोयर को मारना चाहिए था.
The captain now to do it all. A 1v3 ahead of him. Trying to find the spray. Looking to get the taps going. Cinder halfway. Already close to the full. Suna instead with the kill.
मोयर को मारना था रे. मोयर को मारना था.
Take work, and with it, the tour de force can be online into the next.
Yeah, Savvy was just kind of hoping that he'd connect a shot inside that smoke. I mean, if he pushed out, that would have been a death sentence for him. So holding that position probably was the better of the scenarios. But man, this entire round was just a punishment of you trying to play through smokes and through util. Because PDC tried to cross through that wall and it just didn't work. You saw that happen with Nakia with the smoke and it didn't work. There has to be, you know, a little bit more carefulness, I guess, with that, because SLT is a team that will not take that amiss.
Yeah, I mean, they also burn utility at the right time. Case in point, even though it was just so fun to watch. Zexy holding that dash, just goading Nakia in to go that deep into Market, right? Concerns right now for NAOS, but they still will not let up this B side execute. You also have Mojer with a different plan right now. Lurking towards A, trying to see if anyone's gonna cross this way. NAOS, though, see an empty site and they'll take it.
They will be quick about it, actually. No wasted movements from NAOS, and here comes the dimensional drift for information here for SLT.
Yeah, just a lot of surety here from NAOS. They want to make it a confirmation on the site, but LP doing the same with the intel. Will gate crash out, look to retake with the rest of the forces. Sexy trying to play on top of the barrier orb right now, and here comes Nakia wanting to challenge up close, but Sexy has a great angle, and he's left unchecked. It's 2, it's 3 here for SLT. And already the round is basically done. Mojo's not gonna make it in time. Oh, LP let it go just to give it to someone else. Yeah, SLT confirmation, even finding these players around the corners.
मारना तो पड़ेगा.
The retakes from SLT just getting cleaner here.
मारना तो पड़ेगा.
More and more, NAOS is, I think, getting hesitant to kind of hold farther into the site that they would like, you know, maybe this wall setup that Savvy creates for his team, it's great, but when you don't have that threat or that presence at the back of the site, it just feels like there's way too much.
ये स्लो नहीं खेलेंगे, ये फास्ट ही खेलेंगे. क्या करें अपन गाइस कुछ making thumbnails viral. कुछ भी है, ये मुश्किल है. रोका हो गया. अच्छा, वहां का समय बोला कि इसकी शादियां हो रही. क्रैश बा.
Momentum boost, and NAOS have to stop that, because you can see just how strong I think we're seeing the key members of SLT come back to life.
We should be saying that for NAOS, right? Since they're the ones with the Sage. Feel it.
Diya
SLT
bhai.
now finally found by the NAOS entry. Klaus couldn't get away with time. And the Hunter's Fury as well.
मिस किया रे.
Sexy though. Also just straight into the loving arms of Savvy 8K. NAOS have all the stations here by Market. The Storm also making it tough for Cinder. Hit by the vulnerable state, but still gets the job done with that pick. Time now. As we get into the post. Cinder still in position here by Market. A staging ground here for SLT to work with.
Yeah. Oh, Hunter's Fury though is going to clear the back of the site. They got to be careful.
Oh, Cinder! The flames, they've been stoked! They can feel the fire in his hands now. Then again, LP as
Why
well
now?
just
Now
outstepped
the
the
round.
competition. And that was just heated from SLT.
Now swift this
Lightning and fire,
round.
the elements mix, and there you have it. 1 round the gap between the two squads.
That's insane from Cinder. From being slowed down by the Sage Orb and the Snake Bite to just hitting every single shot. I kind of get it that, you know, that NAOS may be panicking because of that ultimate, the Hunter's Fury, but they played way too much out in the open, one by one, and Cinder was able to just isolate the fight. And look at the hands up. They knew, right? They knew that that was a moment to behold from Cinder.
I mean, even the coaches just watching their own team and just saying absolute cinema at this point. SLT, they're getting their voice back. They're getting louder than even NAOS Esports right now. And they're looking to make this comeback happen. Here comes NAOS changing their ways into a we go. Roger, looks like Naka trying to find the angle. Sand also found here. NAOS, they're just trying their best to do some damage, but Sexy's the one to cause it all instead. We're tied up here 10-10.
The wave back from SLT. Now they're on the driver's seat. Now they're looking unstoppable, as it seems like NAOS just are, again, lost in their footing. This is what happens when, you know, NAOS in the sunset. They look incredibly strong in the middle, and once their opponents found that one round, they immediately try to overcompensate, and SLT is
अब मेरे को एक बात बताओ, क्लॉज 9-15 है,
Seen this problem for NAOS.
वो भी तो चेम्बर खेल रहा है.
Once their initial game plan
उसको गाली नहीं भरोगे.
are there, that's where they struggle to find the value. But Nakia and Mojer, massive kills that they've needed throughout this game. A 5v3 advantage. The heal also online when Nakia regroups with Savvy. This is the reset that NAOS needs here.
Well, if you can't split apart or multi-manage, multitask the problem, just send it with numbers.
Perfect. He'll be दे दिया. 125 HP हो गया.
I don't think he knows. Look at that shot though. Nasty. Thankfully Zen was there for a quick refrag.
I mean, Cinder has found his moments here in the second half. Honestly, all of SLT, really Zexi's the one who's been consistent here for the team. Klaus, though, trying to get the tracking going. Gets in, gets out.
Spike giveaway किया रे.
And they stalling precious time here. Suna can get in position now for the flank. Someone from NAOS needs to watch that one. They're pinging it though here for SLT. Spike planted. Mojer actually pushing forward. San also letting rip the utility, but one by one they're going to the crosshairs here with Klaus. Suna also biding his time. And we get the big one here. San versus Suna. And the X Factor is Suna again!
Bye!
SLT! They stand up and take the lead from NAOS Esports.
Can't believe that they're still able to dissect NAOS one by one.
इतना अच्छा मारने के बावजूद हगे.
Particular fashion. Nakia charging out with the spike into the side, maybe to get a quick plant on it. This is insane, and there was no one there to refrag to get the counter kill. What?
Hey,
Oh
this
my.
is just Suna's corner. This is just Suna's angle.
Hello, guys. Hello. I'm here.
He's here. He's ready to play. And he made teams like Motive learn that the hard way. Suna has been the Sea Slayer on Sunset so far. 19 on the board, just right behind Sexy here. And with SLT now taking command of the lead Asarai. You can feel the confidence is gone from NAOS. It's a slower hit into B side here.
Yeah, they're still gonna use the numbers if they can, but there's two already looking for that cross.
Cap more ultimate. The blind though is huge, and Nakia doesn't even know where to go. A nighttime flight. Where can you land? Apparently, it's SLT directing all that traffic. And here we have it. Flights cancelled. Now stay towards B main. And then as we go for the cross, Sand also in position. They do get the jump onto LP, but then again, Sexy now. Easy kills. Here we go. SLT from all angles onto map points.
They lined up for him too. That was a res, kill onto Savvy, and kill onto multiple members of NAOS. And like you mentioned, Nakia going blind into the site. They got thrown. I don't know what the timing was there, or it felt very forced, but his showstopper definitely wouldn't get as much efficiency just because he was already blinded by the paranoia.
Yeah,
Hold diya.
rest of the team.
Hold diya.
So even comps can't help in that situation. SLT shutting down the ultimate medley. And it's a force buy here for NAOS with the Guardians. They need some godly taps if they want to stay alive in this map.
खोल दिया.
SLT, they brought out the operator, they brought out the outlaw, and these scopes are gleaming, looking for some NAOS targets.
Deploying drone.
Still so far, SLT holding with their quick rotation agents. Right, there might be a chance where Klaus just pops another shot through here on mid. Seems like the NAOS.
ओए.
Ay, ay, ay. He haven't cleared out his TP yet. Oh no.
That was just way too brave from Klaus, and he is getting away with absolute murder. This is criminal from SLT. This has been their territory.
खत्म कर दिया भाई नाउस को.
Again, the gift that keeps on giving here. But here we go, Hunter's Fury. Moji still finding LP along the way. Suno with Hunter's Fury right now, getting some damage done. PPC will try to answer back. But can he get the guesswork to go his way? Klaus wants to intercept. Here comes Klaus right now.
चक्कू चला रहे हो वाइपर.
Good. Look for 4. He'll get more.
ओ वाइपर चक्कू चला रहे हैं. प्रयास भाई काम पास और কেমন আসে? आज तो संडे है। रेड बुल होम ग्राउंड चल रहा है, इसमें क्या है? जेटा वाली है क्या? नहीं पता भाई, ये वाला टूर्नामेंट कौन सा है? कॉपीराइट कॉपीराइट आ गया तो दिक्कत है। BMI से डिस्कशंस, ओशन भाई।
Or scrims against Envy.
This is still one more.
Honestly,
TSM looks like,
like
they are
Bonkar
going to
made like a
repeat into the
good
box
like
into this buy 0 for 7.
Bonkar's actually
They
the
will try to make
like the
something out of
goat,
this.
man. I'm not gonna lie, cause we scrimmed versus Envy like 1 or 2 times, and both times we got shit on, and like obviously when you're getting shitted on in scrims, like your comms are gonna die off, and like the vibes are gonna be like way lower than it is. But you know what Bonkar did? He started booking them 4 times a day. I'm not kidding. And Bonkar said, he basically said, make it work. Everyone start calming.
Excuse me, was against the.
And I was like, alright, yeah, I'm down. And then we started shitting on Envy, and then we went back to normal scrims. Because okay, I don't think Envy is the best practice. Like, strategically speaking, Envy is not the best practice. But they make sure that like honestly, mental is like a big thing in this game. So I think scrimming Envy a lot gave us like a really strong mental. And on top of that, like when you scrim Envy, it's like good way to like evaluate where your mechanics are. So like before EWC, before champs, we like scrimmed Envy just to evaluate how good like mechanically we are, to know if we need to play the game more and etc. Would you give FNS credit for what Energy was able to achieve this year? Yeah, I would definitely give John credit. You can even ask Ethan. When Ethan picked up the IGL role, the first thing he did was shout out John. Because realistically, playing with John, whether like you guys like it or not, like playing with John gave us a lot of good experience for playing with an IGL. Like John IGLing helped Ethan a lot.
Actually yes, मतलब बोल सकते हो तुम लोग, क्योंकि काफी ज्यादा वो रहता है। ये शाम का क्या है जैसे दिखते हैं?
चाबड़ा अभी भी शॉपिंग ही कर रहे हैं।
2000 years later.
थोड़ा पेट अंदर।
भाई उससे सिलेक्ट ना हो रही भाई, कतई लड़की है भाई ये तो। मैं होता तो
ये क्या सेक्सिस्ट बात है? कतई लड़की है मतलब नहीं, क्या सेक्सिस्ट बातें कर रहे हो तुम?
हमें
टाइम लगाती है ना,
हमें घर के कलेश में कल जाना है, ये गोल है हमारा।
ये तो +1 की बात है भाई, लड़के लोग इतना टाइम नहीं लगाते शॉपिंग में।
कुछ नहीं भाई,
ऐसे होता है।
टाइम लगाते हो भाई, रेडी होने में टाइम लगाते हो, हर चीज में टाइम लगाते हो।
ये इधर जा रहे हैं।
तो अच्छी बात है ना।
छी गंदी बात।
उसमें तो अच्छी बात है ना।
क्या बोल रहे हो सैम, थोड़ी शर्म करो। और देख
ओ भाई कोई भाई इतना डार्क होएगा।
Against Envy.
जॉर्ड गैंग एट 9:30 है, तो जमाने हो गए हैं जॉर्ड गैंग को देखे हुए। जमाने मतलब जोर के भाई क्या कर रहे हैं?
टाटा प्लेची धमाका
पता रहना चाहिए सब लोग को ना। तो ये वाला मैच हार गई एनवी, तो ये ब्राजील के जो वहाँ पे क्राउड आई थी ना ब्राजील की, वो बजने लग गई थी एकदम। कैसे बज रही थी पता है? डमरू ढोल जैसे जोर जोर से बज रही थी। तो उसके बाद इंस्पायर का दिमाग सटक गया, अगले मैच 13-3 कर दिया। उसके बाद इंस्पायर ने ना ये किया, शट अप क्राउड किया, शट अप क्राउड। और वो ब्राजील वाले फैंस जो थे ना सामने से, वो इंस्पायर को गाली दे रहे थे, बेबी जे को गाली दे रहे थे वो लोग। तो फिर उन लोग का दिमाग और सटका, एक्स्टर खड़ा हो गया, एक्स्टर बोला आओ देख लूंगा नेक्स्ट मैप, और नेक्स्ट मैप उन लोग को दिखा दिया,
शट डाउन कर दिया।
वाले पता है भाग गए, उनके क्राउड वाले जो फट्टू लोग हैं ना भाग गए वो लोग। भाग गए वो लोग,
गांड तोड़ दिया भाई।
क्यों पता है? क्योंकि उनसे देखा ही नहीं गया बे, उनसे देखा ही नहीं गया भाई, मुंह छुपा छुपा के भाग रहे थे, मैंने देखा है, मैंने देखा मुंह छुपा छुपा के भाग रहे थे भाई। और तुमको पता है एक और चीज, तो अभी कैसा, अभी पता है फिर एनए भाईचारा है ना, एनए भाईचारा है, तो फिर क्या सामने ब्राजील का टीम चल रहा है, साउथ अमेरिका की टीम, मतलब साउथ अमेरिका के रीजन में मैच चल रहा है ना, साउथ पोलो में मैच चल रहा है, तो उनके फैंस आते हैं, तो अमेरिका भाईचारा है ना, तो विंथ्रॉप का मैच था, अगला मैच था विंथ्रॉप का, ठीक है, मसाले का और लोर है, ये सुनो, विंथ्रॉप का मैच था अगला, विंथ्रॉप वाले बोले तुम लोग हम लोग के भाई पे कैसे बजे, 4 बार लॉक कर दिया उनको, 4 बार लॉक कर दिया।
गांड तोड़ दिया।
कि दिन में एक रीजन वाले 2 बार कैसे हो सकते हैं भाई, 2 बार कैसे 13-0 हो सकते हो भाई, छी 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 छी। एनवी विल बी सिट डाउन बाय डीजेस इन, चल बे एनवी भर देगी भाई, अभी वो लोग का दिमाग सटक गया है भाई, अभी वहाँ पे क्राउड दिखेगी, अभी ये सब जो ब्राजील सपोर्टर्स है ना, ये ब्राजील सपोर्टर्स को लगने वाली है,
भाग जाएंगे भाई,
अभी खत्म है इन लोग का गेम। ब्राजील वाले हर बार आते हैं, ब्राजील का काम क्या है पता है, ब्राजील वालों का काम है हर बार आओ बजो, टीम हारी मुंह छुपाओ निकल जाओ। पूरे ब्राजील फैंस का बस वही है, टीम आती है उनकी, एक मैच जीतती है, वो लोग बजना चालू हो जाते हैं, फिर 2 मैच गू खा लेती है, मुंह छुपा के ऐसे ऐसे निकल रहे थे। कल तो मैंने देखा भाई, कल तो पता है वो लोग इतना चिल्ला रहे थे, उसके बाद ऐसे निकले हैं लेजिट, ऐसा निकलता है, ऐसा कौन निकलता है भाई, एक बार आंख से आंख तो मिलाओ एक्स्टर से, 13-0 होने के बाद आंख से आंख नहीं मिला पा रहे थे, इतनी शर्म, इतनी भाई साहब, इतनी शर्म आ गई थी रे उन लोग को, क्या बताऊं, लोअर एक्यूरेट सॉस था कल यार, क्या मैच दिखाया है ना। आईजीएल इंस्पायर है क्या एनवी का? नहीं पॉपिन वीएलटी सिर्फ 2 मैच दूर है क्या पैसिफिक के लिए? यस सर, सिर्फ 2 मैच। लाउड वर्सेस फनाटिक याद है वही, उसमें भी भाई एक मैच, एक बंदा था, एक बंदा।
अभी हम चलते हैं।
Had it. You could feel it too, but it just came to, when it came down to the comeback from SLT. Oh my gosh, you just don't want to get in the way when this team starts rolling. And now we're heading into Haven here, Morgan. What are we gonna expect?
Well, I mean, I think both these teams have shown their Haven. SLT, this was a map that they looked flawless on until we saw them crumble against Motive. Motive really did manage to pick them apart in that mirror, but now we're going to see now most likely, you know, don't hold me to this, but they're probably going to bring that double duelist in that we've seen, so it's a bit of a different stylistic matchup, and one that SLT have shown that they're clearly more comfortable with. So despite this being a good map for NAOS, I do think they have to step up a little bit. I don't think that this map pick is entirely favored for them in the way Sunset was for SLT, because they've also shown a lot, and I think SLT, this is a map that they love. We've seen them pick it. They're not going to be afraid of playing Haven.
Yeah, that Haven map versus Motive, I think, like, of course it revealed a lot on the side of SLT, but I also feel like SLT is also one of those teams that they'll only let that happen once, and they won't let it happen again, not especially during playoffs, right? I would be approaching this with a lot of caution if I were NAOS. I mean, NAOS has shown a lot on this map, as you mentioned, and I quote you, even though you told me not to, they will probably be running the double duelist on this. You know, if they decide to switch things up, then it's totally your fault, Morgan, but I do expect that maybe they could do that to get into SLT's head.
For me, the big thing I really want to see in this map too is Mojo firing on all cylinders. He had such a rough map one on the off roll playing that Viper. It plays so different, and it felt like SLT were just abusing that weakness and just running towards his site, finding wherever he was on the map. But they won't be able to do that this time. He is back on the Yoru. This is exactly what we would expect. I'm correct once again, Mika, like always. Now sticking with that double duelist. But on the side of SLT, they're not running the Viper now. This is definitely different. We can see they're running this double duelist of Yoru Jet. So a lot like their Sunset comp, but just with that Cypher instead. So very interesting to see SLT being the ones make the changes here.
Yeah, tried and tested for NAOS, and on the side of SLT, something a little bit different. So the big question is whether NAOS is prepared for this, because I'm pretty sure they were expecting, that classic GG comp, something a little bit safer and traditional on the side of SLT. So are they prepared for this? We're going to find out as we send it back to Dex and SRI.
Thank you there, Mika. And yeah, Morgan's always right. 100%, 110%. Former coach, by the way, one of the best analysts we have in VCT Pacific. See, I'm giving him his flowers. But right now, NAOS, they don't want to see any flowers on a potential grave here in the upper bracket. They need to win their map pick to tie it all up. And our panel, they did mention it. Some changes here for SLT. Double duelist right now. No more Viper for LP. And Klaus actually switching away from that Killjoy into the Cypher here.
Yeah, I have a maybe idea as to why. It's just so that they can have a faster rotation, he can leave sites, and most importantly, his tripwires would work better on Zan when he tries to go for those double dash plays into sight. So, compared to,
game started.
Killjoy.
I feel like I've seen this on social media before. I feel like I know that smoke. And into the corner, right, trying to be cheeky. But then again, SLT, they're going to go straight into A instead. Savvy 8K, the one taking so much damage already. A rough showing from our captain, actually, in the first map there for NAOS. SLT, they just try to gauge what's going on here. They pulled some rotations towards A, and now they pivot again here.
Yeah, like you were mentioning, I like the idea for this. LP, though, is going to get cleared by now, so they have a faint idea of where the lurks will be, but the push for B will be continuing. Yeah, lots of Bs there.
I mean, to be or not to be. I mean, Morgan taught you how to spell some maps a while ago off cam there, Asurai. But in any case, now, jokes aside, right? SLT, they get the plant going. Paranoia for Paranoia, Cinder, and Zexy. They want to make the push happen. Here comes the Hitler right now, courtesy of Sam. But Class has the better angle from the garage, and Savvy 8K with 10 HP. How does he even fight here with confidence? Mojo can be able to find him soon already, getting job done. SLT,
hold the SLT
doing all they can around the site, and PTC, he needs to fight these fights one by one, but to no avail. No angle is safe from SLT's wrap.
Man, it would have been so cool to see that C-long play happen from between the two teams, but it was just a ruse for SLT. They wanted to have a heat check on every single site. You saw that. They were trying C, went A, and then immediately towards the B side.
Hold the SLT.
Was just spread thin, especially with their util being broken down, and then the heck is supposed to be.
अब भागेंगे देखना ये second round के
They
अंदर.
just double down on it, but you can see it. SLT putting NAOS through the ringer. They're flexing the muscles, they're showing their strength here. And as of now, the Korean squad in
Contact पे flash करेगा वो बाहर
some
निकलेगा.
consistency in these pistol rounds. It's a great improvement for SLT coming into the playoffs, right? Now then the blind side, the pop flash outside.
ये था ही कि वो contact पे बाहर निकलेगा. जैसे ही contact दिया बाहर निकले.
Of course, not done, but that shot doesn't actually find the target. PTC doing some damage instead here. Double dip. Zexy wants to make it happen. PTC, same angle, different result. Spike planted, gets the kill. Here we have it now, though, trying to regroup by mid.
Yeah, pick up all the weapons that they can and try to fight with the ones that they were able to obtain. Still, not a lot of utility left for NAOS here.
Nice.
That's damage. Suna again. He's just been exquisite with his utility throughout the series. But as Savvy finds LP in response now, is given a chance to play onto the side. Suna now low HP. Recovering fire, and Suna, the executioner there. The ghost in hand turns 3 into spirits, and SLT get their second round.
Yeah, you're gonna get to the afterlife a lot sooner because of this man.
Don't do me like this. Not today, right? Please.
I just went for the one. Am I not allowed?
You tried with the sunset spelling a while ago.
No,
and
no,
you
no,
forgot
no.
the L.
Anyways, moving on. Strong rounds for SLT. And again, we're just seeing how much control they really have on this attacking side. And again, it's allowing them to rotate with the rest of the squad, knowing that NAOS loves to play with a lot more numbers behind them. Ooh.
But you can feel it slipping from NAOS immediately. San, 47 HP
Oy.
after the initial peak. Nakia though, great counter angle versus Zexy. Kept an eye towards the top of B there. And with it on the retake, NAOS have been playing towards Lynx just to send out utility early on here.
This is going to be hard. They have to push out somewhere else other than just the site, because there is just a bajillion post plants available here from SLT.
I mean, PTC's trying to do it there from Garage. The class already with 5. It's already SLT all over.
Pagal
the
to
board here.
nahi
And LP with the Bucky. Just a security guard up close and personal. SLT. Just
Are these guys going 13-0?
with the spike on B and a bonus win. Things are just shining here for SLT right now.
Man, that is overwhelming. Again, I
Too
get it,
soon
you
to
know,
say,
they're
but
kinda
are these
forced to
guys
play
going oh?
in front of
13-0?
that B site, but not being able to get any trades whatsoever, any map control is so dang difficult. Sure, PTC can have a chance, but he didn't. He was only the one player swinging out from Garage. There is not enough numbers nor time, I think, for
कच-कच
NAOS
किया
to
रे
make
पहले
that
मैप में ये लोग ने.
Confidence speaks volumes here.
कल
for SLT.
अमेरिका इसका
Despite
Ascension
us
देख रहा था मैं,
maneuvering
रात को नींद नहीं आ रही थी मेरे को.
They went on an absolute tear there in the second half of Sunset. How many rounds was that in a row just to finish it off?
Oh, we saw him.
And ever since right now, has had no real response. Mojer can't even back away.
रात को नींद नहीं आ रही थी.
I thought he got the TP out. That is unfortunate. Oh, Savvy, he's by himself again.
Savvy. Wow, okay. Never count out Savvy 8K. You know he's good for it, but against Zexy, there's just no chance. Cinder also with the Phantom in hand. And all in all, SLT just dismantling NAOS bit by bit. It's been carnivorous from SLT. They're feasting right now. The spike planted though. And San with the flank here. Hasn't found a kill yet, but this backstab could be good for him. Lining it up, trigger discipline.
Timing हुआ है
For
short
more,
पे वो देखो.
perhaps. Suna unaware. Cinder now falls first. Suna the next. It's Sad doing some incredible damage. It's up to PTC now to continue where he
बच
left
गए.
off. But SLT will deny it again. And it's 4 rounds now for the Korean squad.
It's unbelievable how in the microing of these fights, these retakes, it seems like SLT just understands what the immediate response is from NAOS. Look at that. He was just waiting for PTC to just swing against him. PTC went for the quick little tap and just fell down.
This is another story of Korean greatness though in Ascension Pacific, right? We saw what happened in 2024, right? We saw Sin Priest ascend and become Nongshim. And right now, it's newer faces looking to do the same kind of run. The start has been stellar here for SLT. Now they keep the pressure going with the Dimensional Drift. They start with the Cypher. They know Savvy's around here. LP will give up the angle. They're still concerned. Hunter's Fury, Cyber Cages. SLT not overreaching here. Savvy can't find any of those targets, and the rotation comes in from SLT.
Yeah, he had the right idea that maybe mid could be compromised since there is not really a lot of forces left to defend there for NAOS. But doesn't really take
तो क्या वापस garage to see जाएंगे?
meantime, NAOS are forced back on their side of the map, waiting for a little bit more of the rotations from their opponents. Quick little smoke on B at least keeps Zexy maybe a little bit afraid, but Zuna, oh my god, where is PTC looking?
Man, his flicks have been so scary. PTC this time gets away with his life, and Suna just trying to correct that fact. They're dancing around one another, but one will have to relent there. SLT eventually, they need to hit the side, and straight on towards B they go. Zexy trying to find PTC first and foremost. Paranoia comes in towards Link as well, and Zexy now he's gonna clear the other side. Utility lob this way, take some damage. SLT at the post plant, and here we go. Zexy's not done.
Able to
भाई
escape from the looks of
Zexy
things.
इतना नाच रहा है.
Wasted a bunch of abilities from Savvy here as they try to go for this retake. Nice little smoke for Cinder to get just, you know, hidden. And now here comes the rest of NAOS.
I mean, abilities for time right here. We have it. Cinder right now still in position, but found by PTC. Now it's checking all the corners, all boxes, all parcels. They need to have a tag in them. And speaking of the tag right now, it's Zexy who has PTC's number. Sand now flanking from the garage. Perfect moment here for NAOS. But the Hunter's Fury, of course, it's still there. It's still
सबको गिरा दिया 5-0.
Layers and layers within the post plant. There's no stopping the squad right now.
So this is what we were very much afraid of for NAOS, is if they had situations where they would have to retake this B site, they can't start defusing that spike on default. It is near impossible for them to even get it half, especially when there's still so much of the SLT roster alive and kicking. And in the blink of an eye, Dax, it's already 5-0. There is so many issues that NAOS have to address right here and right now. And how does a minute solve that, right? The B problem, the map control. How are they gonna try to deal and maybe get even map control back when at every point in turn, it seems like SLT are just there to challenge them.
Come on, let's be real, we're both Filipinos, Mika Filipino. We know this NAOS squad extensively. We were able to visit their offices, their boot camp for a good while before Ascension Pacific. And as much as we love this team, when they start slumping, it does get painful. I was concerned. I mean, our panel mentioned their recovery from Vietnam into Thailand. Incredible, right, in the group stage. But once they had that hiccup versus Velocity, there was always a chance for redemption. But right now, that slippery slope is showing its ugly head here. Now struggling to get on the board on a map pick that they have loved throughout the year and their legacy in every single Ascension. Now's the time to rally. It has to be here. From this point on, they can't let SLT just run away with this attacking half. Zexy, they need to shut this guy down, but there's just no way. Savvy falls, Zexy gets out of there, and well, now it's just desperately give chase. There is no response from the C squad here.
I love how Zexy's Zed is just chasing for it. That's insane.
That's painful. It's painful for NAOS, and we know it firsthand. SLT, they're there to punish. They've gotten the read onto NAOS here. PTC and Nokia, they're gonna need a miracle to find value.
खत्म कर दिया.
No dice. Class already with 3. Already with 4. Man, it's Christmas in October here for SLT, and they're on that nice list every single day. A flawless 6 rounds. Everything's just going in SLT's favor.
Absolutely. I was about to say as well, just again, you know, I was mentioning a while ago the micro adjustments from SLT players. It doesn't show here on the replay, but Zexy, whenever he gets into a sticky situation, he doesn't use or charge up his tailwind and then hope that he doesn't get shot before he dashes away, right? He goes for that weird updraft, left, right, try to dodge bullets, and then while it's happening, charge up the tailwind and then dash away.
Doing a
It's been proven it pretty effective for him to just get these super aggressive angles and still get out with his life.
His movement has been stellar, and the same cannot be said for San.
No, bro.
SLT again just winning the
They are moving for a 13-0.
And the second half of Sunset, SLT would just win duel after duel. Klaus here watching the flank. Now do have the numbers though, so there's a chance to make this happen. But they line up for him. They just line up. And it's just another gift, another presence.
Another poke.
SLT's time now. A flawless again. How many times have we seen that statement happen this half?
Countless. Numerous. But definitely all favoring SLT. I was about to say Klaus was
line up
at a certain point slower on the frags on Sunset, especially in the first half. But come second half, he was just getting every single insane kill, and now it's definitely permeated itself on the first half.
अबे ये वही क्लाउस है जो भाई पहले मैप में चेंबर खेल रहा था और फ्रैग ही नहीं कर पा रहा था.
They are trying to force themselves into something positive here, but everything is just going the other direction.
I mean, they're the team with the best legacy, right, on Ascension 3 times. NAOS has represented the Philippines in Southeast Asia. Just haven't found the finish line as of yet. SLT instead running away with the game so far. We're now stuck on this eco cycle. The struggles continue. You do have Savvy though, looking to just hold over onto A. SLT cutting that noise, trying to find the duel, and even Zexy just walking slowly but surely into the site. They do have the Sova here of now.
क्या short की info है?
Smokes there too, but
है।
Zexy, the Outlaw's just
मेरा
so
question ही
efficient
था, क्या
in the
short
hands
की
of
info है?
SLT. Every single bullet has a name of NAOS right now, and there you have it. The spike's already planted.
Yeah, NAOS had an idea that the rotation for SLT was coming, but not that fast.
Nice.
Ooh la la. We're just down to Zan. At least with all of these deaths, right? NAOS will have a complete stack of their
ults.
ultimates coming into the next round, which is going to be another buy round for them. So at least that is something to look forward to. But SLT in complete control of the situation right now. Obviously with the 7-0.
I mean, it's going to be 8-0 soon. But I feel like for NAOS, they just need their confidence back. We saw how they were strong, challenging
पागल
SLT
कर
at the
दिया
start
भाई
of
लोगों ने.
Sunset. Then they were shutting down
I don't
players like
want
Klaus,
actually.
Right? They shut down LP. And then they have a comp to contest them with. They have the Whaley, they have the Yoru, they have aggression in their arsenal. But it's more often than not just NAOS getting caught early when they have utility for the Whaley and the Yoru to get out of danger after a pick, right?
Yeah.
So the concerns for NAOS, there is still hope, there's still a chance to rally back. But the moment the door is just closing every single round that SLT takes here.
Wow, and NAOS having to burn through their last time out even before we get into the second half of this second map of ours. Can really feel that they have to change something, which is the obvious thing for us, but what could it really be? I mean, they have the pieces, right? They have Zan on his waylay. Lots of aggressions there, but it seems like he can't really get that push out that he wants. They have Mojer that's supposed to have so much mobility around the map, but they're not able to utilize it. What is going on here? The speed at which we know that NAOS can play has been completely welded shut, and it's all courtesy of just SLT.
NAOS, it's just perhaps also some of the role swaps coming into the two maps.
89 and 16,
But no one here on
73
NAOS
and
squad
10.
with more than 3 kills. It's been so mum from a squad known to take flights at the best moments. And SLT, it's just so commanding. It's kind of similar to what they did versus Boom though, and we did see how Boom almost made that comeback happen. There's still a chance for NAOS. There's still a sign perhaps.
होगा
Also,
लेकिन.
Adjustment here from SLT Songnam. They were ready coming into this map. They were expecting this to be in the map pool, and they're making NAOS work for it so well.
Yeah, just seeing that be the de facto thing here. Nakia's gonna be on the first contact, but he's been spotted already.
Yeah, and NAOS,
Spike drop.
they've had some good timeout conversions within the group stage. Talks with Amix, just reset the team. But there needs to be more.
साले जिधर गोली चला रहे उधर डैमेज तो दे ही रहे.
But it's SLT just playing it quiet right now. Onto the default, this is the best chance. Mojer has the operator. SLT are playing it slow and in the swing. Soon as found. Now, as it's been a while since they got the first pick into the round, but Mojer delivers a hope, a glimmer perhaps. And as a chance here to try and play it safe, they're gonna give up the site to have that man advantage into the retake.
Side given up, plant हो गया.
You're right. Oh, Cinder's
खत्म.
timing.
वो heaven पहुंच गया.
Just bravado.
The man on the high tower here, and he lords over the off angle that NAOS will try to clear. Dart there in position. Cinder still happy to challenge, and the fadeaway man's floating in the air. Gravity doesn't affect him, but eventually he'll set up towards Graffiti now. Converge bats into play, and here comes the Waylay down to try and dash on the instant. Gets the kill out to Sexy. NAOS right now with a good retake.
Close!
Position. Klaus again! Another one there, but this time around, Nakia will survive. NAOS needed one to play the hero, and they'll get one on the board here on the defense.
Ooh, so close, hard fought, but a well-deserved round in the end. Yeah. Love that Mojo was showing up his aggression there. Did give him a chance. So far, because of that, like you mentioned,
44 HP पे था ना क्या?
quick pick start for now.
एक दो body भी लगता तो मर जाता.
Something to work with, not to get overwhelmed by the numbers anymore because they have the number advantage. And this time with the operator, they're gonna bank on it even further. The thing is, Savvy's gonna be the one holding it, and Mojo's gonna be on the
Dekshi
judge.
पे outlaw है.
I mean, at least now saying we've seen some 13-0s in the past 24 hours in VCT. Not here and not on this map. PTC though immediately with the push into mid. Now
दो 13-0s देख लिए हमने VCT के अंदर.
SLT, but SLP have found a way to slip on through. They're already straight on the seaside. Sexy also find onto knock here right now. LP trying to play into the window. After chaos into the garage with SLT. They thrive in that
पूरा
energy.
खत्म कर
Cinder
दिया.
now burning the opposition. A 3K for him. The spikes planted. And Savvy considerations now just to save the operator for the next round.
I mean, he's way too close to the scenario to make that happen. Oh, he gets spotted by an up draft.
ले भाई.
Zexy is such a master of using the verticality of the jet, and it catches Zavy as he drops that operator from his hand.
Okay. We expected many.
ये भी 13-0 हो जाता भाई. ये भी 13-0 हो जाता. थोड़ा ही रह गया 13-0 के लिए. मजा आता ये भी 13-0 होता तो.
And right now, again, showing his strengths. SLT. I mean, we've tossed the word around for so much of the series. Confidence. But man, it's really giving me those vibes from last year and then some. It's that young roster, right? You have one player over the age of 20, all the others under that age. Prodigies in the making here for SLT right now, making their claim in the much competitive Korean scene. And with LP again, looking to go for those calls. Fake out sent to try and sell it towards C. PTC right now. This is dangerous. The shot rings through. The shorty's out, but PTC with a free gun by the way. The sheriffs also here from NAOS. The pistol smiling on the squad right now.
PTC gonna be in trouble there as he try to pick up the outlaw. Down to 30 he goes, but he'll be able to at least back away and still, like you mentioned, have the numbers for NAOS, all things considered.
Remember, the rounds where NAOS wins are the ones where get the first pick into the fight. The numbers also stacking onto A here. Suna.
I think he heard Savvy.
Watch out for any flank, and he might know Savvy's nearby, but does he know that Savvy has crossed into spawn right? This could come to a head between the two Sova. Savvy, dangerous here. If he crosses on through, Suna has the angle. Cinder also keeping tabs of it, so they're so aware NAOS has presence.
ओए मार दिया रे.
A much
Hold अच्छा किया था.
shot. NAOS with another moment right now. Some guns to scrounge into the upcoming post.
Still, you can see. All right, everybody from the four players that are on that A site, they're gonna start rotating to C. Savvy though is, I think, in a bit of predicament if he loses to Zuna here, which he does not. That will be a much. Again, another needed win for NAOS.
A flawless 50.
Yeah, utterly synchronized. NAOS can also take their time to find some rifles across the map here. Alongside Mojer. You can get it halfway. Anyone else needs the defuse? Not really. So he'll just take it once the other players are in position. But yeah, we've been saying
flawless
NAOS needs some miracles to work their way.
A statement.
Kills, incredible shots. That's the NAOS that we know can play in the series.
That just means that, again, they're not losing any hope here, still continuing the grind and trying to find their groove. So if they can make that happen, you can see NAOS players on the cams looking slightly coming back to life. One more round before end this
9-3? Not 10-2, bro.
Will have firepower to finish.
Let's end this.
Yeah. They're ready to try and fly here, my friend. And with NAOS pushing into C long, they want to play the aggressors again versus SLT. Orb control for the time being. Not really making any of the sound cues, but SLT, they're giving up the angle. They're going straight into A where PTC awaits.
PTC playing a much safer angle at the back. Man, if if LP just straight up
Left,
TPs.
right,
He's still looking at his
left,
camera, though, if I'm
right.
mistaken. He could get
Sub angles checked.
I mean, the pullout time from the gun, right? A little faster when you can do that. It's small tech, and here we have it. The blind's the good one.
Khich diya.
And exactly as he called there, Asteroid PTC caught off guard. Thanks to the flash, SLT just closes the gap and into an immediate potential post plant, but never mind. Hunter's Fury comes on through. Counter Hunter's Fury as well. Both Sovas try to let it rip, but Nakia, Mojer in position, and NAOS interrupting a much needed moment. SLT now. They're the ones who
Judge
didn't log
Piggy?
back with these two players. That was close for LP. He's a sliver away from his own
Judge
demise. And the
Piggy?
shot darts could have actually got him there.
Wow. Traces back to center. Thought the counter Hunter's Fury from SLT here. 20 seconds left onto the clock. Not a lot of time. They got to push through.
Yeah, I mean, that spike, though. It's in the loving arms of NAOS right now. It's in enemy territory, and soon as the one will need to infiltrate. But the spy has been found. LP
Nice
right now
try.
trying to gun them down.
Tough,
But
tough,
NAOS,
it's tough.
you gotta believe this squad. You gotta believe in the curse right now, because they get at least 3 here on the defense.
And this is what they want. Not the curse, I mean, but at least 3 rounds to work with. A buffer, right? After all things, if you can get that second pistol, it's always going to be great for them. And with all of that, we're going to go for a quick little halftime break.
Whoa. He just became fit. No, 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 dhan, 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 939393 जल्दी स्टार्ट हो जाएगा अपना अगर ये फटफट खत्म किया ये लोग ने तो देखते हैं स्लिप ऑफ क्या कहती है
यहाँ से कूदूंगा वहां से निकल जाऊंगा और
ज्यादा भी दिमाग नहीं
अबे आगे तो जाने दे यार
जाएगा कहाँ पे अगर आगे नहीं जाएगा तो करेगा क्या
इजी इजी ओ यस ओए
अरे वो एकदम से थके तू करके दिखा ये क्यों किया भाई तूने
4 बार रिप्ले दिखाओ इसका अबे आगे तो जाने दे यार ये क्या बच्चों वाला भाई
सीधा भाग के 1 सेकंड मैंने इधर दबाया था इधर गया ट्राई कर ले राइट दबाने से लेफ्ट जा रहा है
जाना है भाई
दबा राइट दबा
अच्छा तो हमें लेफ्ट जाना
से लेफ्ट
मतलब हम लेफ्ट दबाएंगे तो राइट जाएगा
ट्राई करते हैं
लेफ्ट दबा यस दैट इज
उल्टे क्यों कर दिए कंट्रोल जैसे ही मैं जंप के लिए अप दबा रही हूँ वो चीजें ऊपर जा रही है
जंप जंप जंप
अरे
अबे लाइफ में रश नहीं होना चाहिए लाइफ में पेशेंस होने चाहिए भाई लाइफ पेशेंस से जीता जाता है गेम आप पेशेंस से जीतते हो गेम आप पेशेंस से जीतते हो
इतना पेशेंस
की वापस आके वो बाधा तेरे सर पे ही गिर मेरा ही लेवल है
वेट बोला था वेट करते हैं
फॉरएवर
जस्ट वेट यार
रुक गया नहीं वेट
मुझे ट्राई तो करने दे कुछ
1 eternity later.
अरे कर ले भाई
यू सेड वेट
जंप भी नहीं किया सीधा छलांग मार दी भाई मैं दिखाता हूं दिस इज हाउ यू प्ले गेम्स
फर्स्ट यू नो हाउ टू प्ले गेम्स बाद क्यों मारी लेकिन गेम बहुत ही ज्यादा इजी लग रहा है ना थोड़ा ही अनोइंग है तो हमने ये डिसाइड किया कि गेम चैलेंजिंग बनाने के लिए हमें बिल्कुल भी अनॉयड नहीं होना है, बिल्कुल भी रिएक्शंस नहीं देना है।
जो गुस्सा हुआ वो दूसरे पर्सन को 500 रुपए जीपे करेगा
और जितनी बार गुस्सा होगा उतनी बार जीपे करेगा, तो बिल्कुल रिएक्ट नहीं करना है।
ले जा मुझे वहां तक, ले जा मुझे वहां तक।
ये क्या था? रिएक्शन था, ये रिएक्शन था।
वहां तक बेटा ले जा।
रिएक्शन थोड़ा आया।
लेट्स गो, लेट्स गो, लेट्स गो।
इस वाले के बस ऊपर से कूद के जाना है, उस पे
guys, चलो अपन अपने
As possible. SLT hold the angle.
NAOS is coming back now.
And Zexy all alone tries to find the pick. No dice at all. It's NAOS just rolling on through again.
Yeah, not having too much difficulty there. They try to over push on A long, use those numbers. Definitely a good idea, but Mojer was incredibly prepared. Just rip one out, and the more kills that he gets, the closer he gets to his ultimate, the better it is, honestly, for NAOS, that they can just use that dimensional drift to bully out their opponents. But now again, this is going to be the challenge, and look at this stacks. NAOS alongside SLT buying the big weapons.
Yeah. Outlaw on hand here for Mojer now. You got some rifles as well for Nokia and PTC.
ओए 4 राउंड और है, खत्म करो.
What's interesting is LP decides to just go with the Bucky here because of the money situation. So holding close onto that B site. NAOS concerned of any immediate push from the SLT squad and just play the defaults. Look to have that range here too. The camera over on the short. Cinder heard that actually, so he's gonna check the corner if anyone's gonna peek, and there you have it. Take a picture, it'll last longer than that cam.
This goes to show how much respect he has for this forward utility that NAOS do have. So he's just making sure that he can keep them for as long as possible on the blind or in the blind. That's huge though from
Hello.
Oh, but he whiffs hard against Luna.
Yeah, that hurts there for NAOS. But they do bring the action towards C instead.
निकाल जाएगी SLT अब.
Give up the sights. SLT confident to just play the retake with a 5v4 here.
30 seconds left.
And immediately they start moving elsewhere around the map.
Oh my!
Yeah, Zexy's already gonna deny them that long-range post plan.
I mean, he's just too damn quick, man. Before you can even react, Zexy's the one fast on the trigger. It's been a boon for SLT all throughout. The Yoru crossing on true. LP found to be the real one. With 10 HP, at least still alive. Now he peeks up with the Bucky to no avail. Savvy's the one to get the kill. Cinder just defusing. Cinder just defusing. Here he goes with the hold. And SLT under the noses of NAOS. And Cinder's not done. He'll do some damage. SLT will still take down NAOS to win the round.
Just wipe them from the face of the earth. Gonna be forced back to the drawing board once again. This lurker from PTC. Wow, it was a prolonged battle. But that definitely costed them too, because losing PTC in that manner means that the anti-alert that they had against SLT and Zexy in particular was down. So NAOS had to again juggle so many things. Yes, once they lost that cipher of theirs.
I mean, they had no pressure onto the spike at all. They lost control of long. You can see NAOS compensate by backing away with a 3-0, right? And then from that point on, SLT just got their attention there. Still though, despite the round win, SLT not gonna have the best buy coming into the round here. And Sam will look to punish that accordingly. Here we have the light speed now. Zexy will be overrun by Naka. Cinder though.
Bye, Vinny,
the peak, he gets the kill. And NAOS, they have hit a hump along the way on this road to A. But with it, smooth sailing, the paranoia. San looking to clear the corners, 40 HP control from the shots, and there you have it. The classic's good enough. Nokia makes the trade happen. The corner still left unchecked, left uncleared, and it's looking unlikely now for NAOS. SLT with the one up there, and soon as fade away says it all. See you later, NAOS. SLT are 2 away from taking the series.
Like you mentioned, there is no idea that they were able to spot out that player in the corner.
Goodbye.
And they were just taking them one by one. Now it's trying to do so many things. And because of that, they miss a lot of these angles. And SLT are going to thrive in that. It's broken NAOS' economy. You know what that means. NAOS can't perform on this Thrifty. They're already at series point, and like you mentioned as well earlier in this series, one step closer to being qualified.
And that would just be par for the course, right? Another Korean team priming themselves to get into Pacific. SLT.
guys ये मैच खत्म होता है तब तक अपन अपना लंच कर लेते तो मैच देखते रहो मैं इधर ही हूँ.
What could be the penultimate round? They need to challenge that possibility. Dash on through. LP still in position with the judge. They've been posting up that Yoru to play close for quite a while. Have this Fury as well into the garage glass right now with the shots on the Vulture. And Suna collects Savake along the way in a funnel. It's Suna again. The meat grinder of garage. It's just SLT turning them into mincemeat at this point. And as Nakia doesn't want to be a meal here, no, SLT will keep the feast going. Series point. It's match point here for SLT.
Man, there seems to be just a huge hurdle that NAOS has nearing the end of each and every game that they've played so far. And honestly, it just feels like SLT is the complete kryptonite to the NAOS roster. Whatever they try to do, whenever NAOS tries to implement something, SLT are just either one step ahead or whatever they're doing is just better.
Sexy avoiding the recon bolts. We say kryptonite, but I'd say they're just a complete package right now with these shots. These young guns, again, so hot with the bullets. Nakia already gone. That's the smokes removed here. And now it's just playing the double duelist. What cover can they utilize against the operator? That's the real question. Savvy will have to expend the Owl Drone just to keep Sexy at bay.
And even if that's the case, right? There's still haven't gotten the map control that they wanted. That's more of a defensive approach on the attacking side, which is never what you want to do.
Oh, last flash though. There's still a chance here from NAOS. Into a play towards B. Sam getting a double, but Suna returns the favor. Savvy 8K now finding the Sova along the way. Mojer and Savvy, the two Filipinos, the cornerstones of this roster right now. Sexy does get think through the wall and into the dimensional drift. We go with Mojer. Scouts out LP and into C-side. Go NAOS Esports.
That means that LP will be able to upgrade his weapon, potentially Zexy as well. Maybe just hold on with the operator as well, but we'll see. Anyways, it's gonna be a messy 2 versus 2 for sure.
Yeah. Now it's looking to double up. Perhaps Mojo watching the garage here. LP falls. Everything left to Sexy now. But Savvy 8K keep the fight alive. You gotta rely on NAOS here to get the job done, and in that round, they do so.
Best way for NAOS right now to keep attacking on this. Keep attacking seems to be just aggress, trade, and force SLT into these more uncomfortable positions, like that 2 versus 2, where they try to separate themselves, LP as well as Zexy. When NAOS is able to make that happen, they look to have a better chance of taking these Ws.
Ooh! Cinder! Cinder!
Whoa!
Cinder! With the power of the sun in his hand!
भाई खत्म कर दिया!
Those wax wings from NAOS and immediately into the depths of the lower bracket goes NAOS Esports. One of the fastest rounds we've ever seen here in Ascension Pacific, and SLT quickly get the sweep.
That I don't even know how Cinder's still again. SLT.
No worries. NAOS is actually not sad, and that is good for them. Mimmi दिखाओ Mimmi. नजर ना लगे. कौन है जो स्ट्रीम कर रहा है और मेरे को कॉपीराइट ना दे वैसा, जिससे मैं थोड़ी बातचीत भी कर पाऊं। पीच कर रही है पर पीच से अपनी इतनी बातचीत नहीं है। इसलिए कि सिटी सुशी जो हाथ इतनी देर ऐसा रख के हाथ पेन करने लग गया फटफट खा के। लो गाइस आ गया। आज थोड़ा खाना खाने में टाइम लग गया। कल कितना फास्ट आया था ना, आज बहुत टाइम लग गया। आज ज्यादा टाइम लग गया। चलो बैटल पे। आज पता नहीं वाइपर का मन भाई कुछ भी सही नहीं है। वाओ फीमेल तो है ही नहीं, सारी फीमेल लेजेंड्स को निकाला जाए। आईसो डुलिस्ट भी नहीं है, सेंटिनल भी नहीं है, कंट्रोलर भी नहीं है। ब्रीच सोवा ब्रीच पहले था, ब्रीच का देखता हूँ। ब्रीच तो ढोंगा बोला, ब्रीच पहले था मेरे को जितना याद है। ब्रीच नहीं है, सोवा नहीं है, केओ नहीं होगा। गिको गिको लेट आया है। स्प्लिट वाला डब्बा क्यों लग रहा है? जब स्प्लिट नहीं है। आइस बॉक्स आइस बॉक्स भी नहीं है। ये डब्बे से मेरे को लगा, ये डब्बे से मेरे को लगा कि ये हो सकता है। गोइंग बी फास्ट, सारे वापस आ रहे। वॉल किया, मॉली किया, डीके आया, उसकी प्लांटिंग कवर भी दिया जा रहा है। चेम्बर पीछे फ्लैंक देख रहा है। शॉक डार्ट भी आया। दी थिंग्स आर गुड। इन दोनों में से होना चाहिए था। द थिंग्स वर गुड एक्चुअली। स्काई गाइडिंग लाइट अच्छे वेपन देना। कैसा शॉर्ट? टिग्रिस नहीं है, प्रोमोडियम नहीं है, टिल्डे नहीं है, ओनी नहीं है। साइड की के वाह। जेट द क्लीन अप क्लू।
Who are you all? The cleanup crew?
क्योंकि जेट के लोर में है कि वो एक ये चलाती थी। इट इज देयर इन जेट्स लोर।
रैंडम उठ के हम लोग स्ट्रीम कर लेते थे ना गाइस. कौन कौन खेल रहे हैं? ओह गुड ओल्ड फ्रेंड्स खेल रहे थे गाइस. देखो नॉन जरूर स्प्रे कैसे करता था मैं. हाय हाय देहाती स्प्रे दे दिया पूरा. M4 मोन्टाज. ओह माय गॉड मोन्टाज एट इट्स पीक. हमने कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी कब खेली थी? जब गेम जस्ट बीटा पे आया था गाइस. इतना भी चाइनीज वर्जन है कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी का. क्रू चैलेंज गाइस. ज्यादा क्रू चैलेंज क्या क्रेजी हुआ करता था यार. अभी के टाइम हम पिंग के लिए रोते हैं. उस टाइम पिंग देखो कितना था. 112 126 ऐसा होता पिंग. नॉस्टैल्जिया हिट हो गया यार. तो देख के कॉम्पिटिटिव मोन्टाज. 5 साल पहले का मोन्टाज. ये देखने को बहुत मजा आता है यार. आई डोंट नो व्हाई बट ये एक वाइब आती है इसको देख के. ओह आई रिमेंबर दिस क्लिप. ओके ओके मेरे को जानना चैट किस किस को याद है कि यहाँ पे भी क्या होता है. दिस वाज एपिक शिट. आई थिंक ये वाला चीज तो अच्छे से याद है.
याद है सबको याद है.
मेरे को अभी भी याद है किसको मैं मारता हूँ. बहुत क्रेजी
सीट चेंज करके
देखना. MK14 वाला सीन है.
अच्छा नहीं ओके.
ये कौन है बोलो. गेस करो कौन है. ये गेस करो कौन है इस टाइम का प्लेयर. तो डिफरेंट बॉयज. टाइम्स आर डिफरेंट भाई. ओजी डेज आर इनसेन.
एस पावर था.
आई जेन्युइनली लव माय ओजी डेज. किस किसने हमारी सबसे ओल्डेस्ट स्ट्रीम्स देखी है गाइस. बस रैंडम उठ के हम लोग स्ट्रीम कर लेते थे ना गाइस. कौन कौन खेल रहे हैं? ओह गुड ओल्ड फ्रेंड्स खेल रहे थे गाइस. देखो नॉन जरूर स्प्रे कैसे करता था मैं. हाय हाय देहाती स्प्रे दे दिया पूरा. M4 मोन्टाज. ओह माय गॉड.
ब्रो क्रेजी शिट.
एक किल भी नहीं होता. कोई नहीं आज नहीं तो कल हो जाएगा यार.
ए बे ये करोड़ और ये क्या बोलते हैं एकदम साला करोड़ बीटी देता मेरे को.
मैं तो चाहता हूँ फ्रैक्चर वापस आ जाए.
करोड़ और अरे
वो वाला बीटी मिस कर रहा हूँ मैं.
बीटी
क्या बचा. सेंटी बचा. तू वाइटो खेल ले. वीटो खेलेगा ना तू. नहीं सॉरी वाइस खेलेगा तू. क्या
यार वाइस मैंने सोचा था पर मैं तो सोचा चेंबर ही खेल लो भाई.
डिसेबल वाला खेलते हैं ना वीटो का. डिसेबल वाला
हाँ कर सकते हैं वीटो भी.
हाँ ताकि अंदर साइड पे डिसेबल हो. मैं रेना खेल लेता हूँ. तू या मैं रेज खेलूं. बता. नहीं रेना ही खेलना होगा.
ले ले
तू डिसेबल कर. हाँ भाई ये अच्छा है भाई. साइड पे रोकने के काम आता है.
विशेष भाई थैंक यू 100. लव योर वैल्यू स्ट्रीम्स. बस अब जल्दी डायमंड पहुंचो. बस डायमंड जा रहे हैं बस.
आपको हमारे दिवाली फोटोस
बस अभी जा रहे हैं. आज ही जा रहे हैं
यार. वाइपर दिवाली का फोटो नहीं डाला इंस्टा पे यार. देख
दिवाली का
तू
क्या
अपने
फोटो
इंस्टा पे
डालूं
कुछ
यार
डाल ना डाल लेकिन हर एक फेस्टिवल का डाल भाई. बस
यार मैंने हैप्पी दिवाली डाल दिया स्टोरी बस. और तो क्या ही डालूं यार. अब वो
हैप्पी दिवाली स्टोरी नहीं फोटो के साथ डालना. वो भी साले
फोटो खींचा ही नहीं यार. मैं क्या डालूं यार. फोटो खींचा ही नहीं मैं.
थोड़ा खींच लेने का भाई एफर्ट लेके.
हाँ मतलब अब क्या बाहर ही नहीं निकला तो मैं क्या ही घर पे बैठ के फोटो खींचूं यार. हैप्पी दिवाली ऐसे सेटअप पे बैठ के.
वहाँ पायल दो इतना भारी भारी शरारा पहन के फोटो शूट करवा रही. वीडियो शूट करवा रही है. माय गुडनेस.
हाँ अपनी पूरी हैप्पी दिवाली स्ट्रीम पे ही हुई है रे सब लोगों के साथ. पूरा दिन से रात.
Best consistently in games.
कितना ब्रेक है. कितना ब्रेक है. कितना ब्रेक देते हो रे. ये 2:30 से पहले नहीं स्टार्ट करेंगे. आ गई यस टीम्स आ गई है
Also switched up some things and have a different form going into playoffs.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I mean, Velocity looking to replicate what their opposing first seeds managed to pull with that dominant win. So I think Velocity coming into this with the momentum, feeling very strong. Boom did have a little wobble against SLT in that group stage, but it's more about how they've regrouped moving forward with this. Both these teams will feel like now they have a real shot at moving forward, claiming that spot all the way from the upper bracket. And as I said before, a loss here means you're going to have to face a very, very tough team in Nongshim Red Force if you lose. And I mean, that's a place no one wants to be in.
Are you sure you don't want another Boom and a Nongshim in Ascension?
Oh.
I mean, why not, right?
Boom Nongshim for elimination? There's a world where that's on the table here.
Exactly. That would be so crazy. It's entirely possible, of course, because Velocity have been looking incredibly good.
Yeah,
I
Mika
admit,
supporting
I was one of those
Velocity.
doubters originally, but to see the run here so far, they've actually been improving every step of the way. At first, you can see like some of the confidence of the players. Maybe they've been hanging back a little bit. They weren't exactly sure, but then you really see them come alive as every match goes by.
Yeah, I mean, they're just playing such great Valorant. They've really defined what Valorant means to them, how to get the most out of the people around them, and they really lean into that. You know, we've seen Lightning Fast talk about in these interviews about how they don't care who their opponents are. They don't care what they want to do. They understand their own
At
style,
the end of
and
the
that's
day,
what
the
they're
day
gonna
ends.
prioritize. So I think this is a team where you sort of know what you're going to get from them. I wouldn't expect wild comp changes from this team out of all the teams because they really stick with that one specific off-meta breach neon style for the bulk of the maps that we've seen them play. And also when it comes to their bans, it's exactly the same pretty much every time, which is a perfectly fine way to approach this. It shows me that they're playing with so much confidence that they really believe they're the best team in this tournament and they don't need to work around anyone.
Yeah, we've got lots on the panel, on the talent, actually fighting for the position of Velocity's #1 fan at this point. Morgan was heading that leaderboard for the longest time. I can see why, though, of course, because Velocity, it's hard to doubt them now because, as we mentioned, like the performances, they have been doing so well. And I have to praise Damara, who his confidence has been skyrocketing every single time. I love the vibes he's bringing out on stage. Also, I think, you know, for somebody who is a duelist, that's so important too, to be able to feed off of that energy, and it just goes to show how the team is setting him up for this kind of style and for this kind of play.
Yeah, I mean, Damara has probably been one of the most fun players to watch for me. He's backed by such a great supportive lineup around him. And I love that he feels confident enough. You see him standing up, shouting at these opponents on the other side, saying, hey, hello, sit down. I don't care. I don't even know what he shouts half the time. I don't think he knows what he's shouting half the time. It's just about making the noise. Look at his stats here. Absolutely monstrous stuff coming out from him. It really is this sort of like, I want to say, 4 Protect 1 style in a sense, where it's all about setting up Damara. And you know, this used to be a lot more meta. We used to see this time and time again from teams. Teams have since moved away from it, but I think Damara is going to be the one to keep your eye on for Velocity.
Definitely, but of course, you know, have Velocity with their own Indonesian players. Now they go up against this Indonesian squad in Boom Esports. Of course, they are under a lot of scrutiny, being that Pacific team that wants to get back on that stage. Can they do it again? Especially since, again, there is a possibility of them going down to the lower bracket and meeting their batchmates / arch rivals in Nongshim Red Force here, Morgan.
I mean, that is a fate they want to avoid.
बरसक को थोड़ा सा शांत रखो.
Flashbacks to last year, if that does come to pass. We talk about how experienced this core are with that 2nd place finish in Ascension last year, and then of course a whole year up in Pacific. This roster is bolstered up by 2 younger rookies in Whitecat and Nats, who I think have grown so well into this tournament. You see how they're getting better and better as it progresses, as they draw on that experience of those around them. I love the changes that they made. You know, I was definitely skeptical heading into this, how are these younger players going
Boom
to
ने क्या किया है?
but
Boom
they've
ने भी
done
अभी
a
नहीं
really
खेला,
good
Bind नहीं
job.
खेला.
And another thing I'd love to highlight about Boom,
ये एक लोटस हार चुके हैं, एक
is
हेवन हार
the
चुके हैं.
coaching staff of this roster. I think we talked about them so
हम
much
एक
in the
करोड़
season
हार
for the
चुके.
game planning they were
So
able to do,
Boom
for the
पक्का करोड़
preparation
पिक
they were
करेगी.
able to do. And there's an extra layer added to it this time, Mika, because Fields, one of the coaches here for Boom, was coaching SK Rossi at the last Ascension.
That is absolutely right. Deep lore there, almost as if you were part of it yourself.
Almost.
Which you were. But of course, you know, as you mentioned, that it's these players that know each other and these mind games that gonna come into play because
Hello, what's up, Amplify?
Comes in, so you know how the players on the other side might be thinking, especially if you go into, you know, maps
Amplify
that
जो
might
आपको
be
2 दिन
very,
पहले
very
WhatsApp किया
familiar
था
with
वो
what
जरा
the
देखना
game
ना
plan
थोड़ा.
is. But as you mentioned earlier, Morgan, it is the addition of Whitecat and Nats that lends, you know, a new phase of Boom here because it's really hard to fit into such an integrated core like Shiro, Berserks, and NC Slasher. They've been playing together even since before they stepped on that Pacific stage. They know each other so well, and as we saw in the recent matches of Boom, right, Whitecat is coming into his own, and that's so important and so telling, especially as we head into the map veto for their first series here at playoffs. We're seeing that we're stepping into Bind here first. This is Spark versus Velocity.
I love this for Boom. Boom are taking the risk here in the veto because they know that Velocity, you know, they love to veto in exactly the same style. Boom don't like Abyss either, but they're trusting that Velocity are going to ban it. So they take out Lotus instead, arguably Velocity's best map, and pick Bind. This is a map that Velocity haven't played since arguably Velocity. They're trusting that Velocity are going to ban it.
Lotus ban किया, Abyss ban किया, तो Bind pick किया है. भाई ये सीरीज बहुत टफ होने वाली है, सीरीज बहुत टफ होने वाली है.
Before they stepped on that Pacific stage, they know each other so well, and as we saw in the recent matches of Boom, right, Whitecat is coming into his own, and that's so important and so telling, especially as we head into the map veto for their first series here at playoffs. We're seeing that we're stepping into Bind here first. This is Spark versus Velocity.
So guys, playoffs का VLT का जो गेम है वो शुरू होने वाला है. मैप वीटो इस बार थोड़ा सा अतरंगी है. बाइंड, सनसेट और कोरोड रहेगा. बहुत समय के बाद VLT जो है वो बाइंड खेलने जा रही है. सो इजी सीरीज नहीं रहने वाली है, लेकिन हम जरूर जीतने की कोशिश करेंगे. सो मेक श्योर यू गाइस जस्ट टैप ऑन द लिंक और ज्वाइन करो और VLT को सपोर्ट करो.
Velocity to play on these maps and in these areas where they're clearly uncomfortable. So that's a really good map veto for Boom in my mind. I really love that they were. That's a deliberate approach to counter your opponents. That's not doing what this Velocity team do, where it's we want to just do it the same way every time, play to our strengths. Boom are taking the fight to them and go, no, we don't think you can play this. We're going to pick this into you.
Yeah, and they have to do that with full confidence that like we're 100% sure you will be uncomfortable on this map, and now it's up to Velocity to actually prove to them that actually no, we have something prepared. As was seen in the first series, of course, some of these teams have something entirely different, a new face to show in playoffs. I hope we get to see that in Velocity because what they've been showing in the group stages has been so encouraging. It would be a shame actually if that tapers off right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have so much momentum. I mean, this is the furthest a South Asian tournament, a South Asian team has gone in an international tournament in years. And so there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of support behind this roster, but that's not enough for this squad. They know that deep down in themselves. They know that they have the skill to take this all the way with good performances. So if they fall apart here, it's going to be heartbreak. It's going to be absolutely crushing for the whole region. Despite the success, flying high isn't high enough for this team. They want to grab that spot.
Yeah, especially since you have players, of course, like SK Rossi, like Russ, and Lightning Fast. I feel like, you know, that fan base, that region was waiting for these players to actually come together and at the right time. And it feels like that time is now for Velocity. But of course, for Boom Esports, they feel like this is already ours. We're just confirming it. We just need to get it back at this point. We're going to take Nongshim with us, and it's going to be back to normal. But of course, you have all of these other 4 teams that are saying, no, that's not the case. We are just as deserving of those spots, and we're going to show you exactly why.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thought of having to drop down to the lower bracket and play Nongshim Red Force is terrifying. Like, I can't stress that enough. How if I'm one of these teams, I'm so afraid of losing this game because it puts you in an incredibly difficult position. So both these teams really going to be swinging. As you say, Boom, just looking to confirm their spot. Team. find their style. But as I say, this map veto, I don't think goes the
Lucky
way that they
Londa
wanted to.
coming
We
on
see
the
them
stage.
aim
That's
kind of
you
same
for
maps
you
of Ascent, Lotus,
guys.
Sunset in almost every veto. They've not managed to get that this time. It's a very, very different approach. So I want to see how their style can translate to these more difficult maps, and if they even attempt to run those things like the Breach on maps like Bind, where we almost never see it.
Yeah, it feels like a Boom has sort of cornered Velocity in with regards to the map veto, right? They've cornered them into a spot where they might not be feeling at all at ease.
Twitch पे
But
चलते हैं,
it's up to
Twitch
Velocity
पे.
now to show that, you know, they do have something planned for this.
Twitch
They
TV, Twitch
aren't
TV.
uncomfortable at all, and they actually have, you know, such a wide. It's totally unexpected of them. They've been impressing everybody and they've been exceeding everybody's expectations so far. So I hope they are well prepared for what's to come from Boom Esports, because we've been seeing how amazing these players have been performing. Shiro on that Yoru, a special mention, of course, because what he's been doing is just, yeah, absolutely unreal, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to expect to see Shiro on the Yoru here for sure, but it is worth mentioning, Boom haven't played Bind yet this tournament either, so it is still an unknown for them. We don't know what they're going to bring out, but just the fact that they're picking it tells me that there's some confidence there, and that it's more of a focus to put Velocity on the back foot. So we will have to wait and see for this agent select, but I think there's a lot of different ways this could go. I don't think they can run the Breach. If I'm Velocity, I think you can bring out the Neon on Damara, but I don't think you can support him in the same way with that sort of Breach fade. I just don't see it working. I think they have to adapt to the map a little bit. I think we can still kind of expect double initiator from them, I want to say, just because of Madeline and Russ are so good on those agents. But we'll have a look now, and for the first time in my life, I am wrong. They're just running the solo initiator on the Sky here. Damara sticking to the Neon. Russ playing the smokes on the Brimstone here. Lightning fast on the Rays. This is a big stylistic swap for Velocity. On the side of Boom, they keep it relatively simple. A pretty standard double duelist with the Yoru and the Rays, with Nats playing that Brimstone. But this Velocity comp is wild. SK Rossi on device. We don't see this. I mean, this is a massive departure from everything we've seen from them in this tournament. This map is entirely different to the rest of their pool. So the onus is on them to show us some strength when they're put on the back foot, when they're put in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, raise Neon into the sky. I'm very, very interested to see how this goes. We wanted some changes. Well, we got it. We're gonna step into Bind now with Dax and Aserai.
Thank you there, Mika and Morgan. And yeah, we are going into the unknown here, folks. Into our second series, into another incredible bout. Velocity versus Boom. And isn't it a little bit iconic for Boom Esports to pick a map that they have a legacy in from last year, right? We're going into Bind. And I do agree with what Morgan has mentioned. It's something we were talking about, Asteroid, right? Before we got into the series. Boom can float around some maps. They can respect ban that Lotus, make Velocity uncomfortable, and VLT respond with these drastic changes coming into this first map.
The last time that they played
Lightning
Velocity
Fast playing Ray
was way earlier this year around March. This is the same lineup that they've have. So is this just a comfort pick from way back, or have they actually practiced this coming into the new meta here in Valorant?
We'll see how comfy they are, right? Whitecat here in position. Damara, of course, willing to go for the closer. Shiro finding lightning fast early on here. Whitecat
Let's go.
And Boom Esports
Let's go.
Velocity has the
Let's go.
looking strong here onto the side. And the pistols, they are just smiling on Velocity right now as they get the plan.
Yeah. Again,
heal कर लो, सारे heal कर लो.
Velocity, you do see that show up here on the pistol. And again, a very just strong approach for Velocity. I think Boom might have just maybe floundered a little bit. Picking out one by one.
Yeah, overstaying their welcome perhaps. As Velocity did such a good job now to play the post, but here we have it. That snake fight could be huge from Berserk. The poison doing damage!
Yeah.
And Mats! He just keeps the antidote in his own pockets. Velocity Gaming
अरे
in
पर
their
push क्यों
haste,
किया?
they run straight into the crosshairs of Boom, and in that, Boom make waste.
Wow, he just tapped beautifully in that clutch situation. Couple of trades here and there, sure, again, and then you just see Nats with the monstrous clutch.
Again,
proving his tenacity, and his ability to perform for Boom when they need him to.
I mean, one of the standouts, right, from our
We threw a 2v4.
We have talked about how Boom Esports bringing young guns into this roster relatively, especially with Whitecat 2 in tow. Coming into the series, I just want to double down on things Morgan was mentioning, velocity, right? I think SK Rossi before this has played Vice 5 times in his VCT career. And the Slasher catching out tomorrow. Whitecat also with the tracking.
Bye, bhi galat
Boom
kiya.
Esports right now just shutting out velocity before they can even get on started with the force buy here. Through the wall, even Russ will fall. SK Rossi right now watching the flank. The headshot's there, but SK Rossi still alive at least to try and do some damage.
Yeah. Gonna have to probably wrap around. Maybe hope that he can get a flag or something, but that is a tricky spot to try to pick up the spike. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. 45 HP. He does have the arc rose, maybe for a flash, but that doesn't really set him up for anything. Shiro, though, hasn't looked right behind him, and this is the pro.
The timing he looked.
Like the perfect time.
The timing he looked back
to get the flank, but Shiro's aware.
As soon as you say it, right? It happens. Boom Esports with the know-how. And yeah, Shiro has been the standout of the group stage. Top in the stats in many different departments. Really, that departure from the IGL, you know, the Indonesian crowd has been saying NC Slasher's the one also making those calls. But regardless, he has just had an incredible tournament so far. And it has to be tough for Velocity coming into this one, right? You think about their schedule. They faced off against Nongshim yesterday, one of the teams relegated from Pacific. Now you have to face off the other one. You're basically fighting the best of the best. And we've seen Velocity, of course, top their group in Group Omega. We've seen how incredible this team is. But yeah, it has to be a taxing back-to-back here for the South Asian squad.
Yeah, they still have yet to truly prove, you know, Lightning Fast back again on his raise. I did mention how he was pretty known for that raise of his, but we'll see. It's been a while.
Oh-ho!
It's been a while, and now Tamara speeding on through. Lightning Fast though caught here by Shiro. And Boom Esports.
Let's go!
At the eco, but Tamara straight in the face of Berserks. That's velocity for you. Signature speed into play. Fake out though. Almost taken on down. A bit lucky that the shot doesn't actually connect there. Whitecat, on the other hand, pushing forward here. Trying to find the angles, but look at the post plant here from Velocity. Straying within the lamps right now. NC Slasher clearing out short also. Really watching from what Madeline can do from afar. And speaking of, Madeline actually catching out Whitecat already.
Nice.
Boom here.
Oh, no, not nice.
Numbers now, bit by bit, they're catching out Velocity, but time is running out here for Boom Esports. The utility from NC Slasher. Now he goes for the spike. Halfway, where's the peak? Here comes Madeline, and immediately NC Slasher keeping tabs for himself. Boom Esports win the third round.
Shiro is such a menace on his outlaw. He's always able to get into a position where the kills just go to him. Look at that. Again, every single time that he peeks, he goes out, he's able to just time it so well. Gets that 3, allows his teammate to continue the defuse. I mean, sure, again, the Fade had to still deal with the one player. I think that was Madeline, but not Madeline, but the other one. In any case, still able to do that much damage and not be figured out where you place yourself is so strong for Boom here.
Ooh, Shiro, that's the real one, by the way. Trying to scare off Velocity here. Did chip away at Boom a while ago. But then again, Boom still have the Outlaw on hand. Some guns in their pocket. The Sheer, though, gonna get triggered here.
खराब हो रहा है गेम खराब हो रहा है 3-0 हो चुके हैं हम.
Trying to hold those backside smokes come out courtesy of us. And with the stun into play, Damara just trying his best to get one through to the other side. He's low already. Here he comes. But Whitecat, a quick flick. That's enough to get the kill. 21 HP for Whitecat, but he's fearless here. He gets a second before he's felled here by SK Rossi. Time ticking now. NC Slasher on the flag. You have Nats also nearby. Oh, it's awkward for NC Slasher. Somehow alive. Now taking down SK Rossi. Putting a good hurt on the opposition. It's trade for trade. Nats with the answer. Russ, the only one standing. Trying to stall with utility here. He's going to go for the short angle, Asarai. And as time ticks away, we're going to have to tap onto that spike. One bullet is all that Boom needs to take him down. Halfway now. No one's looking. Berserk's playing Protector though, and Boom Esports still get away with it.
So difficult to start pushing in to the sites just because of how much post-plant utility is still available for Boom here. Man, White Cat also proving himself every single time that he tries to go for the aggressive plays like that. He's always able to get 1 to 2 kills, and that is incredible already for the Boom roster.
Yeah, I mean, he's a new kid on the block from the PH from Team Secret Academy. And remember what Shiro mentioned the first time we got to interview him after that first Boom win, right? White Cat, he is still acclimating to that stage every single day. He's just getting better and better, more confident in what he does in this roster. Things are clicking here for Boom. The signs that they start winning on when Shiro performs exceptionally, when they're able to play these post plants well, when they're finding these clutch utility plays to give them the advantage, it has worked out in their favor more often than not in this game so far.
Yeah, agreed. So they can keep making that work. It's gonna be it might be an incredibly quick first half here. Shiro has, I mean, it's still pretty early, but yeah.
I'm just thinking though, Velocity has done good work on one department so far here. They're getting into these post plans. They're really pressuring Boom. It's just Boom is out clutching them in kind of these 2v4 moments or whatnot. So we'll see if that trend will continue. A half buy here for Velocity right now. And Shiro still with this Outlaw. Trailblazer takes the first bullet. There's still one in the chamber. The flash, the guiding light. Here comes Velocity just going gung-ho. But Damar's already taken on down. NC Slasher keeping the tempo in check. The Nightfall 2 to stave off Velocity.
Oh my goodness, that was close. Velocity could have made that so much worse for Boom. Still, they manage to pull back. Shiro miraculously is still alive. And now Velocity kind of stuck to just keep pushing into this B site.
I mean, coming to a round like this, Velocity would love to burn ultimates on the other side. Shiro, though, finding Madeline. Watch out for Velocity. They still have SK Rossi with a gun and the Steel Garden. If they find the pick onto P, that could be the go signal. But Russ alone, isolated by the smoke. In that sense, now it's up to SK Rossi. And he's trying to find any isolated angle. But boom. They're not giving an inch. They're not letting up the hold. Here it comes.
I am very much
crosshairs, and it's
flabbergasted right now.
That was so close. I thought that Lightning
Fast
with his
not our map. हमने जो जीता हुआ 4v2 का pistol था वो throw कर दिया.
Thankfully enough, NC Slasher is just quick on the draw as he gets that counter kill, and that's just going to be enough to stop them dead in the water. You saw that there was really very little. I think that the rest of Velocity could have done at that point to readdress, attack the site once again. Now back to the drawing board they go.
This is pillars right now, the foundation of Boom between Shiro and NC Slasher. They have been shaken, but they're standing so strong right now, especially when they played the duo.
Nice.
Shiro, though, has to back away. A great pick from SK Rossi and Velocity. They want to go for this A site. Damara staved off by that poison, though, the snake bite, preventing the Neon from going on in. But Light Pass is the extra. And see, White Cat, where did he even come from? Well, with that, it's a showstopper. Now into third.
Nice.
White Cat trying to find another one here. The Velocity still around the site. They find a moment to stabilize at the very least. But corners to hold Berserks within heaven.
Go, go, go.
Damara, he finally gets to sync up with the rest of the team. They're trying to bait out the peak of the spike tap.
Nice!
Berserk get the intel, but Damara, a much needed shot to make it a 2v1.
This is going to be the long wraparound from Shiro. This could work though. Both eyes from Velocity set to look near the back of the site at spawn. So there's a chance, an opening here for Shiro. But of course, Velocity is starting to get wise.
Yeah, a matter of duelists here. And Shiro, he's quite low, not as low as Damara. Lightning Fast, just holding into
Let's
the corner,
go!
sees the Neon, there's the contact, but Lightning Fast quickly swinging. And Velocity get on the board here.
There you have it.
Sheesh.
That was
तो इसने दो कैसे मारे? गोदी में आ रहे थे क्या?
Blitzing through on a short. Again, Lightning Fast holding steady, getting the kill there.
Enemy remaining.
And this separation between Shiro and teammate, where he tried to go for the wraparound.
Stay motivated,
leaving
guys.
the
Stay
Viper to
motivated.
his own
Stay
devices,
motivated.
definitely
We can get this. We can get this. Let's go.
questionable at most, at the best.
A desync there from Boom, and I'd say some small mid-round, some velocity. They usually rely on Damar, right, to play the entry, but now since you have Lightning Fast on the Raze, they can really get that second duelist to do that entry point from short, and that just gave them the chance to play onto the site. One on the board for Velocity, as we've said. They're gonna look to rally from that point. I'm a little interested. Nats has the Bucky on hand here. Perhaps trying to play the counter for either Lightning Fast or Damara in the backside. He's holding on to utility instead. Here we have the Molly now into play. Damara gonna go for it. Lightning Fast already in position, but White Cat and Berserks, they're the first stations that stop Velocity in their tracks. Here comes Shiro now. Gate crash on out. Doesn't want to stay with the operator into TP. And Boom has done the damage already.
Yeah, great denial of map control here against Velocity. They try to push through that teeny tiny exit path outside of Showers, and you're met with Decay, with Molly, and with White Cat's complete magazine round. There's really not much options unless they were able to deal with White Cat early on, but again, definitely not. So back to B. They try, but Shiro's here with the operator.
Straight on through. Sees the target, SK Rossi on a slow peak. Just found out here by Boom. And at this point, time has run out for Velocity. They're gonna
6-1.
look to save some guns. Madeline might be
5 राउंड में निकाल दिया, डिफेंस में निकाल सकते हैं.
Boom do rotate away from him to confirm the 6. And that's right. That's one matchup coming into this one that looks so exciting, right? Two young guns looking to make their names known. White Cat versus Damara here, and they have just been explosive so far, but unfortunately for Damara, he's the one shut down by the Boom defense.
Well,
Chalega.
It's going to be quite tricky though too, right? Because again, as long as Berserk is able to survive up until Damara and Lightning Fast keep pushing into the site, they have to figure out a way to just bypass him in that fashion, and I don't know how they're gonna try to do that.
Well, the flash could help here for Velocity into the overdrive, but White Cat stable on the ATV. See you later, buddy. Damara gonna go down early on. Steal a garden here for Velocity to try and keep the tempo going. Pressure is on. Orbital Strike onto the backside as well, but Boom, they have the shower control. White Cat, Madeline work for it, and Berserks at that range with the shorty fade away. Lightning Fast goes down. And things going bad to worse here for Velocity. They have been stopped at the first station. Red lights straight in their face of the SK Rossi and Russ looking to salvage the round. They pick up the spike at the very least. Chance perhaps to go for the rotation. But with these positions from Boom, any sound cue, you know they'll look to find the push here and straight into the grass. Berserk's just waiting patiently. Right now, time is on the side of Boom Esports, and here we go again. A third for Berserk as we see Boom get to 7.
Like you mentioned, there was a chance from Velocity here to go to that TP, but Shiro's gate crash was already positioned somewhere on the elbow there, so definitely not the easiest for them to try to pick up, but at least potentially a 1 versus 2. Still, I like the idea here from Velocity that they tried to match up the slow approach into A, maybe get a couple of picks here and there, which was what kind of happened with Russ getting 2 kills, but him losing his teammate that earlier on, SK Rossi, definitely not helped out his overall plan there.
Yeah, Boom has just been ready for whatever Velocity throws at them. And Berserk's now trying to get the shot to go again. White Cat this time, checked by Damara. He's learned his lesson, and he makes Boom pay that price. Well done by Velocity with the Sheriffs. They get onto the side, get some guns along the way, and here we go. They're gonna go for half the plan.
And this is what works out. Them capitalizing on the delay of Boom. Pushing harder and harder into things. Still though,
He's just slithering in! And come on, points to slither at this point. It's magical from Berserks when he gets into position. And the Viper's not done! The Viper's not done! A third kill for Berserks. Madeline looking to save the day, but Berserks is unbeatable! The 4K there!
We lost
Boom
every
gets to
fucking
8.
fight!
Incredible from Boom as always. Like you mentioned, Berserks, bam, just feeding off of that one flash. And SK Rossi blinding him through the arc rows, him reacting and still getting the kill is just so overwhelming. Like, how do you beat someone like that? And Berserks, you know, he's just stretching, just making sure that all of his joints are well warmed up.
Hell nah,
wow,
bro.
8-1 is definitely a problem here for Velocity.
Look, the Boom legacy wouldn't be a thing without Berserks. He has just
not on a good mood right out there. I am legit not on a good mood. ऐसे rounds नहीं आ सकते. We lost a 2v4, we lost a 3v5, एक 120 खा चुके हैं अभी.
Hit onto lightning fast. Does get the back away after that initial intel here for Velocity.
So, at least they do have Madeline for that quick little heal. If there is any kind of like an early pick that Velocity could get, a follow-up with the Seekers is going to be huge right now for Velocity. But again, Boom is just forcing them back slower, more and more.
Oh, Damara.
Oh, let's go.
In the stuns there, and Damara punishing the overextension of Boom in that instance. Now's a chance for Velocity to go for this B site. Shiro can't hit the mark. Lightning Fast is in position, and there you go. He's a force of nature and straight onto the site.
That's what they needed. Damara not fearing the seas. What is it only but like tether? So you keep pushing through, get the kill, and everyone feeds off of it.
He's like, I get the sun, I get the win, but here we go with Nats already in position. Boom Esports with the retake. Oh, Nats immediately with the double of his own. Showstopper primed and ready. Almost strike as well. The bend off players from Hoka.
Let's go, Damara. Let's go, Damara.
Damara finally felled by Whitecat. But Velocity have so many angles of opportunity. Here we go with Madeline, but Whitecat still gets away with one more till Russ keeps the round in favor of
we
Velocity.
are getting some rounds. We are getting some rounds to play.
That was close. Shiro took his sweet time holding the middle of the site for as long as he possibly could.
We are getting
hoping
some
that maybe he
rounds
can
to
hit
play
a shot
actually.
or two. Having the confidence that he could hit that shot or two. Didn't, and was just overwhelmed by lightning fast, and that is what Velocity want. Boom making these like overcommitments that turn into mistakes that turn into round wins for Velocity. Oh, let's get Rossi.
I mean, that's the opportunity for Velocity, right? They struggle to make the executes happen because of Boom's anchors. When they get these picks, then you tend to hurt. It's a lot easier, obviously. Velocity have done a good job to win those 1v1s across the board. Here comes the orbital strike, though. Straight on through. Like
finally.
Catching out Shiro. Velocity keeping the momentum in their favor.
Finally, we're taking control.
Keeps the train going. It's a great pace here from Velocity. The two duelists doing all they can to do some immense damage. And there you have it. The rally now from Velocity to confirm another round.
Yeah, now this is Velocity's ballpark, right? Setting the pace. Incredibly quick. Fast to get into the site. And Boom, none the wiser, don't even know what hit him.
It's just lovely to see the evolution of Velocity. I mean, we've seen it happen in the group stage here in this game. They've been checking these off angles a lot more coming into the executes. They've been punishing players like Berserks, like Whitecat, especially after some of those elevated angle antics. And bit by bit, it's Velocity right now making a case for themselves as well.
Perfect round.
About discomfort from the panel.
Perfect round.
Map pick from what was a commanding lead from Boom. Velocity are taking parts of it away now.
So if Velocity can keep that tempo, can keep that working, and we'll probably have a game in our hands. That's the one that they wanted. That's the speed at which they needed to attack. Damara as well, just following up on his co-duelist here with lightning fast. And you see that they're reaping the benefits. 10 kills for Damara.
7 for Lightning Fast.
They've pushed Boom's economy a little bit to the weaker side.
I mean, they are expecting the early pressure though from Boom. And as soon as the overdrive is heard across the map, it's the Viper Spit on the other side. Boom willing to invest utility just to stall and wait out the electric timer there. So they used up the molly from Nats. Shiro, he's also making some noise, trying to fake out some of the rotations here, but Velocity, they're not biting, just waiting for the smoke to dissipate.
Yeah. And again, this is where it gets tricky, right? Because once that smoke dissipates, no more molly, no nothing. You gotta commit to the fight.
Well, it's all Nats and Nats straight on through! He punches 4! And they just didn't even see that one coming! Velocity knocked out of the round effectively. SK Rossi, the only one standing. But that was just utterly fearless from Boom. Apex Predators, the Wolfpack is on the hunt. And here we go, they howl as Nats gets the Predator ace! Boom Esports confirmed the half, 9-3 in their favor.
Truly the Predator, the killer of killers here as he just completely
कैसे
takes the
भाई
life out of this potential A take. It's happened twice, thrice now. The Velocity kept that push going, and Nats got wind of it. He understood the pacing, the timing, and he took it into his own hands. With that being said, we end 9-3, and we'll have our halftime break.
We lost easy 2v4s, 3v5s. जो हारने नहीं चाहिए थे हमें, वो हम हारे हैं. And still motivated रहेंगे.
And we have returned 9-3.
Still
Boom
motivated
Esports
रहेंगे.
have that
9-3
lead,
comeback
but
हो
Velocity,
सकता है. Lightning
they've
Fast
done
and the team
some
हम
pretty
3 पे
creative
बैठे हैं.
things to keep themselves afloat in that first half.
Yeah, and some highlights too, right? Nats with that ace using the judge. Just boom and bind. It's one story to watch out for. But now they're on the attacking side. Velocity maybe believing in curses here. Superstition to help them on the defense. But in this case, it's a long flank from many here from the side of Velocity.
Yeah, there will be at least someone to check this, but if they're not careful, they could just get brute forced by Velocity here.
Yeah, the Mars first of all, Rusto makes the
Perfect.
trade happen.
Shan.
As Velocity to play the unexpected angles here. NC Slash and Whitecat now ready, and now they're just raring to go. Boom! To
Map is
double
over.
digits this fast. That was a quick pistol from them again.
Map over.
Well, you know what? It's just Boom things. Look at just... again, I thought Velocity... This was a great flank for Velocity. They have the numbers. They got everything. And then Boom just reminds them that they are filled with players just raring to go for these gunfights.
Yeah, they're shooters, man. And you can see for Boom, they are in command of this game so far. Anti-eco right now. So,
मेरा हो
let's
गया
see
इनको.
what
मिलते हैं
Shiro and
next
Whitecat
match.
are up to
Lower
with
bracket
the
पहुंच रहे हैं
entry.
अपन.
Velocity do have a good tell on the stack though. They're ready at least to challenge Boom Esports right now. Prowler comes on in. Shiro plays up close. Now overrun here by Damara. Nats in that chaos gets a kill. Russ making the sheriff
We
count
are
too.
reaching lower
And keep an eye
bracket
out on Russ and
anytime
Madeline.
soon.
The two voices really of Velocity, the voices of reason now bringing the clutch when they need it the most. Stellar shots with the pistols.
We are reaching the lower bracket
and while
soon.
Berserks is in this A site right
This
now.
is what I feel now.
Problem is
क्योंकि
Whitecat
boom के सामने मेरे
is
को
on
नहीं
the
लग रहा we
spike
can.
here. Contact coming up to a close into Lamps.
Player standing.
SK Rossi! That footwork was just so damn good. And well, at this point, yeah, Whitecat, what's the plan? Do you throw away the rifle? Do you look to play the hero here? But a 1v4 crafted here by Velocity so far, it's already huge.
Yeah, there's no like bad decision to try to just go for the clutch here, because either way, right,
left.
it's gonna be a bad economic round coming to the next for Boom here. So might as well just have Whitecat plant the spike, play the post, get as many kills as you can, and just maybe hope. But yeah, it's gonna be quite difficult.
Yeah, spike now to be planted within the container. Whitecat just wants to play it close and safe. He has a single blast back to work with the Trailblazer now coming on through. Intel provided. Whitecat expecting the push now from the CT side. Angel's there too. When's the swing gonna come on in? SK Rossi with the Black and Rust again with that Sheriff. Remember yesterday, Velocity struggling against the Ecos. Now this time, they're the ones looking to put the hurt in these kind of rounds. Thrifty from Velocity.
Yeah, just again, meeting Boom where they push is a great strategy just to deny them. The flashes from Madeline have been pretty exceptional, honestly, in this bind map of ours. Well, he's not gonna slow down now from the looks of it. SK Rossi holding that site. That was pretty important too. Oh, now we're seeing the view party for Velocity there. I was about to say, SK Rossi had to hold that. If Berserks caught him, there was a chance where Whitecat could have just rotated to A, maybe gone to the teleporter, and they still had a nice little pillar to play around with that post plant.
Yeah, some big moments there from Velocity, and now they get that momentum in their favor. Boom though, coming in from Hookah. Lightning fast, that was a speedy shot onto Nats, but Whitecat just brings the shorty to his face. So regardless of the guns, Boom, straight on through towards that B side. Actually rethinking the plans. Now they reposition. They have NC Slasher onto the default.
Boom actually is running down. Double up करके trades पे they are running down.
So through, so Boom is trying to chip away against Velocity. Damar, two of them, but against three, that's just too many. Russ now goes for the molly. Big intel provided there by Damara, SK Rossi and Russ. Just stabilizing this defense here. Berserks! The Xiaomi clutch as he goes mad with those shots. Boom Esports! We've talked about how reliable Berserks has been throughout the years, but this is just another moment made by him.
Again and again and again, he's proven himself in bind. He's so used to it already. Look at that, just a smooth transition of kills with the Guardian, no less. This is gonna be hella problematic for Velocity. They still have the money, sure, but rounds is just trickling Boom's way.
Yeah. You wonder why Berserks is still in this team for such a long time. That's why. That's how good he is in those critical situations for Boom. And with Velocity now feeling the hurt there, it still was some good damage by Velocity regardless. They have the buys coming into this round, but the scoreline is getting wider and wider. You can feel the pressure on the defense now. Rossi alongside Russ trying to set up the trap here. Judge on hand. Russ trying to replicate what Nats did against him in the last half. And SK Rossi in position, but it's straight for trade.
Two guys had done the one and done thing.
Having a spike in their hands, making it 3v3. It's really that push from Lightning Fast that could find some value here.
Yeah, he still has complete arsenal for himself, so he can just slide into the site.
The timing.
Slasher clearing the corner. Things looking good here for Boom. And Velocity have to play separated on this front. The rear, it's being watched for. The flanks, there's someone keeping an eye out. But with Lightning Fast doing some great chip damage, that should be confidence for Velocity to try and go for the fight. It forces Shiro to back into Lamps. Madeline gonna be dropping on down here. But by the bench, NC Slasher into the
Nice.
corner. Here comes Madeline. Perfect step to get that kill.
enemy
2v2.
remaining.
Berserks again. And Shiro still, if he's alive, he's gonna be a
चलो
threat.
मेरा हो
Map
गया
point here for
मेरा
Boom.
खुद का हो गया मैं
Man, lightning fast. Looked like he
क्या बोलूं ये लोग
just
को
slipped on the box there and fell. Still, look at just how quickly they're able to transition kill after kill. I like the potential flags from Velocity here, but it's all according to plan for Boom. They're just aware of the timings and everything. And now Velocity call their final time out of this first game.
never mind मेरे से देखा नहीं जा रहा है क्या बोल सकते हैं अभी आई एम स्पीचलेस राइट नाउ फक मेरा हो गया भाई मैं फोन में देख रहा हूँ अब मेरे से ना ये नहीं देखा जा रहा तो दर्द दे रहा है आंखों को दर्द हो रहा है भाई
Just lesser with SD Rossi not being on his chamber. Oh, Nats is out of there.
Yeah, we'll see. Comfort's a big factor for the Velocity run and straight on through right. Orbital strike. But he can't confirm the kill on the brim. Instead, Shiro making some noise over at Shower. Allows the rest of Boom Esports to mobilize around the map. So they get the spike right now. They've realized Velocity have rotated on the way. And just because of that initial Yoru presence, VLT in their stack, they're sticking around A. Now the rotation comes on in. The mind games are unreal, and Boom. Are they gonna sell another fake? Let's go for that A site where the sky awaits, because Shiro and Berserks are in position to try and make some noise here.
I'm gonna try to make that open if possible. Oh! I mean,
yeah.
If Berserks is like that, then it's definitely a possibility.
When you're right, but Madeline also correct in his assumption not.
हम डबल
found.
सेंटी डेडलॉक वाइज भी तो
Velocity
बुला सकते थे एक रेस के साथ
haven't been tricked here at all.
30
Thanks to
seconds left.
Madeline. Keeps his A site clear for the time being. The rotation though, and boom! How many times are we gonna do this cycle? Double, triple back. We're going back straight into A. And Madeline is still around in that position, so watch out for the sky. Can he play? Crucial here. Berserks on the other hand doing some damage. But Madeline hasn't been found. Madeline gets rid of NC Slasher. The spike being planted. Finally, Boom, get it done. Russ clears Berserks into a 2v1. But in this chaos, Boom looks to thrive. There's no passing Shiro now. It's a win here for Boom on Vine. 13-4 to take map number 1.
दिवाली कल मनाई
Have you
आज
ever
शराब
seen
कराई
a Viper?
कॉम को देखते हैं तब तक
I'm gonna start to freak out.
Sam, you have all of men. My club is in spawn walking around.
their vision.
To market, one side.
Alright, reset.
What the hell? Chat, should we hate watch energy?
Am I getting trolled by my club?
In the half.
Someone tell me.
We just need 4. If we get 4, we
Seems
can
like I
win.
rotate and then just insta die.
Well, I don't know. My teammate has all
I'm
of mid and
kidding.
he's just in
No,
my spawn
stop
like
saying
AFK,
yes. We will be
walking
rooting
around.
for energy.
I think he just wants me to die every round.
We have to. That's true love.
Someone buy me a gun?
Yeah, I got you.
I have ult.
Yeah, I got
What
you.
kind of port?
Buy me. I have ult. Buy me.
I got you. Yeah. Man, I'm buying you, man.
Man, right now. Menos over Vito,
I'm gonna say it, bro.
सही है.
Pretty quiet in the mid front.
I'm joining. Wait, can I spawn?
Enemy close.
Wait, everyone relax, everyone relax. Watch this, Sam. Actually watch me. The trip's not gonna hit me. Never mind, it just went down. You're dead, and I love you.
Last player standing.
65.
Winnable. You have a gun.
Spike down A.
No.
Oh.
Okay, 3 is good. 3 is good. 3 is good.
We're okay with 3, we're okay with 3. We still win.
Switching sides.
I agree.
It's all good. It's
Who
exciting.
keeps calling this shit, bro? I need to find my function key again. One smoke.
So passionate.
One smoke. Oh, he's actually just trolling.
Can you back to please?
Gotcha.
I think I can run down the guy on the left. I'm gonna wall straight, run down the guy on the left, and the rest is on you guys.
Okay, I'm going with you.
I will be following you.
I don't think I can be as fast as you, but I'll try.
So when Neon has to wake up, watch this. Three lane, two more, both close. One more close.
One.
Really low, really low.
3 lane, no one back haul?
I'll go
Should
late
we
lane.
talk
I'll
about
go late
that?
lane. He picked up his gun. 2 lane right now. One's on site.
Last
Oh,
player standing.
Peeking.
Nar. 3 lane on me? No one back haul?
No, that's dead.
Remember, bullets hurt.
It's quite a full counter your push.
They
Right?
literally did the full counter your push right there.
Is that aura?
Guys, am I a bad guy? Can you be honest with me? Nova, right now?
I think we have to force.
I mean,
Wait, was that?
I don't think you're a bad guy.
You think I hurt close feelings on that
I'm
play
the
playing
bad
with?
guy.
I think you might.
This from Boom, and one thing you spoke about is Shiro being so calm in all of this. That seems to be their whole demeanor this entire time. They feel like they're the best. They don't even need to get excited when they win because it's supposed to happen. That's how they're feeling right now. And something the casters spoke about, I just love the pick up, putting Velocity in a place where they're going to feel really uncomfortable, and we saw how that played out. Berserk's going to be the map MVP because how could he not be?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was funny how that last round kind of summed it up.
Champs. I can't believe it. No, they're not really. They're saying the opposite. You will win champs next year. Win champs next year. Let me see if I can get some contract signed. Hold on. I got to do some business here.
3v1 it, and Berserk was like, yeah, okay, no problem. And that was literally how.
Let me give him a call up.
On this map, and we keep talking about.
Let me call up finance.
Yes, we love it when the team stand up and get.
लगा ही था बाइंड जैसा मैप आएगा तो हम हिल जाएंगे.
सब घुस रहे? नहीं घुसे.
घुस गए प्लांट है.
Can you
planting?
Spike planted.
मतलब ताड़ रहा होगा इधर.
ना कसम ट्रेड हो गया मैं.
130 glove.
Decoy.
One enemy remaining.
TP मारा. Fake TP.
Main 30. Main 30.
डिफ्यूज कर एकदम.
Last player standing.
जरा रुकता ना भाई और स्पाइक स्मोक करता.
रेस हो गया रे.
वो भाग गया राइट. ओ फक.
Side.
पिक किया भाई.
अरे ब्रो.
अरे जरा स्पाइक स्मोक करता ना यार. राउंड था भाई.
पीछे.
फेक कौन सा उसका? सही में आया पीछे. भाई जरा बेसिक ब्रो. जरा स्पाइक स्मोक सिंपल स्पाइक स्मोक भाई डिफ्यूज पे क्या खेल रहा है यार. इतना स्मोक खेल के भी तू मेन स्मोक कर रहा है 1v2 में.
ये मैन तब 3 थे.
अरे ब्रो क्या कुछ भी बोल रहा है भाई.
मेन स्मोक किया एक बंदा मर गया.
मैं जरा बोलता तो
अरे अपने 3 थे पर सामने तो एक ही था ना. सामने तो एक ही था. स्पाइक स्मोक देना क्या.
Focus on that. Let's focus on पिंकी दी नीचे गिरे हैं.
अरे नहीं बे क्या बकचोदी कर रहा है भाई.
हां बे पिंकी तो थ्रो कर रही है बे.
अनलूजेबल राउंड आ रहे हैं भाई. अनलूजेबल राउंड. ये बड़वा जरा पहला गेम साले दिमाग बंद रख के खेलता क्या. कैसा है बे. सोचो बे इमॉर्टल के पूरा दिन स्मोक करता है फिर भी पता नहीं स्मोक कैसे करते हैं. मैं नहीं आ रहा, मैं भी कूद रहा हूँ भाई।
ये कहाँ भाग गया?
कूद जा।
Spike planted.
प्लांट भी नहीं मिला भाई।
शॉटगन लेके आ रहा है।
Last player standing. Flawless.
वाइपर
क्या करूँ मैं अकेले भाई?
अनलकी। माइटी क्या करे क्लासिक से है?
माइटी सीधा इधर से ऐसा भागा है फ्री से।
माइटी खाली गन है, खाली गन कुछ नहीं है माइटी पे।
ये माइटी का मेन आईडी नहीं ना, इसलिए सेकंड राउंड बाई करके थ्रो कर रहा है। सेकंड राउंड बाई करके थ्रो कर रहा है ये। समझ गया
आउटलॉ लेके राउंड भी निकल सकता था, कन्वर्ट हो सकता था।
कितने मारे? आउटलॉ पे कितने मारे हैं?
वो तो भाग के आ गया।
अरे वो इधर से भागा है सिर्फ।
जैकी वेलकम टू वाइपर फैम।
मिले मैदान।
मैं टीपी आउट कर जाऊंगा मॉडल, अभी बता रहा हूं, बोलना नहीं।
हां बी मैं टीपी आउट हो गया, मैं तो हो गया टीपी।
भाग गया, मैं भी भाग गया।
ऑन फुट टीपी हुआ मैं।
ये साइड पे है नियॉन।
Watcher expired.
नियॉन इज ऑन साइड गाइस। शॉटगन
क्लोज सिटी है।
नियॉन साइड शॉटगन।
फ्लैश कर रहा हूं।
मैं नहीं जा रहा, मॉडल मत जा।
उनका एक स्पॉन बैठा है। यूरो स्पॉन से आ रहा है उनका, यूरो स्पॉन से आ रहा है। आई गेस ए जाएंगे।
One enemy remaining.
निशा मारा था मां मालकिस्ट।
गन नहीं थी
भाई, मैं एक एचपी हूं। मत जा। ए दिख गया। बाप रे,
जज वाला क्लासिक निकाल रहा है अब।
ये गिर गया बहनचो। बच गया। मैं ये लगा रहा हूं इस राउंड। भी चले जाओ कोई।
मैं क्या खा रहा हूं? मैं एप्पल खा रहा हूं।
Transfer ready.
अमरूद है ना? अबे ये कैसा अमरूद है?
ज़रा ड्रॉप कर जा।
अमरूद संतरा।
ये ले हो यार भाई।
फ्रूट चाट खा रहा हूं मैं।
हो गया भाई, गरीब हो गया मैं।
कोई नहीं, चलती रहती है।
एफडी तोड़ एफडी।
वन में देना नेक्स्ट टाइम।
फ्लैश करूंगा।
आए है क्या? कॉल देना।
आने का सोच ही रहे ये लोग।
कोई उड़ गया भाई।
Who's next? Active.
मैं तो टिप आउट कर जाऊंगा भाई।
हां ठीक है, मैं दे दूंगा।
इधर गया।
Watcher expired.
साइड पे ही खोला है।
अपर खुला।
साइड।
नीचे गिरा।
One enemy remaining.
कल बड़े
ऑन साइड ना।
ऑन साइड नहीं, नो आईडिया।
मेन था, प्रोबेबली साइड होना चाहिए।
दिख तो नहीं रहा। मेन
अगर ये लड़ रहा है तो अकेला क्यों लड़ रहा है?
रिकॉन तो ऐड है वैसे।
तेरी कर दे।
मिड बोली।
मेन
ये तो
didn't feel like Velocity were really up to a lot of the aim duels. We saw them lose so many rounds with just pure firepower and instinct plays from Boom Esports, and
Actually,
it really just
yes.
shows like again what they had to be the grind, the Pacific grind that they had to be put through this entire year from the likes of teams like Paper Rex or T1 or Zeta Division, and you just saw just how instinctive they were able to play and take so many fights. And it didn't feel like Velocity was like up to that kind of level just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest problem I saw for Velocity is that the composition they're running just does not have a lot of util. Neon, not super utility heavy, running single initiate a Sky, so it's only that really the dog. And even you look at the smokes roll, it's swapped from an Owen that we normally see from them, where you have the Paranoia as a massive tool, to Brimstone, where you're really just running with that Molly. So they're used to playing with lots of util. Domara especially is used to being set up by lots of util, and they couldn't do that in this first map. So I think the comp change as we move towards Sunset, the stylistic change that we know we're going to see from them will seem to give them a boost. That's what I'm really hoping for. We're coming into this map with no changes compositionally from either of these teams, but as you say, it's VLT on the back foot, looking to bounce back, and Boom have to be the ones able to put a stop to Russ's breach because it's been so effective.
Yeah, comfort isn't a bad thing for velocity, right? Because if you for these agents, they know what they have to do. Perhaps they'll be, a little bit more synergized here because it's something that they've ran over and over again. So hopefully this means a better performance from them, but I don't think they should shy away from all of the fights that Boom have. Yes, they can be intimidating, especially since you have Berserks, for example, that's just so online today, but they cannot back down, especially since this is their map that they have to win. We're gonna toss it to Azurai and Dax to take us into sunset.
Wow.
Yeah, we just agree with you there. Just Velocity Gaming. It's probably a sweater, it's probably a hoodie. This composition gives them a warm hug. It's comfort. It's necessary coming into this next map because it's one of their reliable ones. Sunset from map number 2. Velocity's map pick. Boom, man. The firepower has been incredible in this series, and yeah, White Cat and Shiro looking to do it all over again here.
Yeah, and again, I gotta put this into the mix. Berserks has been an incredible lurking force for Boom here. If it can translate that into Sunset, there's a lot of options that they can do even as they start on the defending side.
Yeah, and Morgan Mika mentioned it, 21 kills, especially for Berserks in that last game. Damara, though, this time around, runs straight into the tripwire. And Boom respect the utility of Velocity. Exactly what Morgan was mentioning. Damara, more accustomed to having all of that set up for him on the entry. Boom, on the other hand, here at the flank, Shiro, White Cat, to lead the charge here. Valve Neon's yet again coming to a head here. White Cat trying to find a position. Berserk's actually finding out Russ. Berserk still around on the market. Same momentum from map.
Nice.
One finally taken down by Madeline, who gets a double for his own. But Nat's also in position. This pinch from Boom looking strong. And Nat's continuing where Boom has left off. First pistol goes to Boom here.
Okay, I thought for a second they forgot to defuse the spike, but yeah, it's so difficult for them to have held that, thinking that Velocity thinking that their opponents would be coming through their own side of the spawn, not really from the flank. And you can see how far they've pushed into Boba, maybe thinking about that one thing, and because of it as well, they're just spread, or they were pushed way too far, not near the spike enough. And they couldn't really deal with what was the backstab of Boom altogether on that pistol.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering the game plan here for Boom right now. Will it be about the retakes when Velocity will invest Russ's utility to get the Mara in? That's a question for the next few rounds here. Coming into the anti-eco. Some fun stats right now. Boom, perfect on the pistols so far. We have seen Velocity take a thrifty away though. And also, apparently, thanks to Prod, every single day we've gotten an ace. And well, we saw it in map number 1. Will we see it in map number 2? Berserk's here at the backside. Damara will go down, holding onto the Spectre. Here comes a push from Velocity. Shiro, though, making his mark happen. 3 kills off the arsenal. And that's Boom getting a second round.
What to speak about them? What to speak next
I would say for Velocity here. That just means that they're going to be going into that 3rd round with a hodgepodge of maybe a shotgun. SMG will have to see. But again, this was just showing to us how strong Boom's capability is at those multi-kills. Shiro went straight into like 3 players of Velocity who had stingers and somehow got out of that one with 3 kills.
Yeah, we saw that in the first map when Velocity went for the force buy. Boom was able to hold them off. Same story so far. But VLT right now gets spotted by the recon dart. Here we go with the Judge Gaming again from Boom. They've loved these auto-shotties in these tight-knit corners on the map pool itself. Aftershock comes on through, but White Cat still holding position. Found the angle of opportunity. Nats also shows on up. And just Boom again, bringing Velocity to the blender. Liquefied by the Judge. White Cat confirming it's a flawless for Boom.
Man. Playing around that aftershock though from Russ, complete goes unnoticed, I think, by the rest of Velocity here. Chef's kiss from Boom. Look at this. They thought that they cleared up that angle, and then from out of nowhere, in a split second, like you mentioned, they were put through the grinder of the Judge. And man, were they definitely just executed pretty well there by White Cat.
Yeah, White Cat just found that small sliver to work with, and from that point on, Boom, we're just not dislodged at all. VLT They have the guns this time.
Still agar 4
They
rounds.
want to make a mark in half this time. Shiro though scoped in. Gets the 2 shots to go onto lightning fast. Berserks as well. Yet again, within the cyber cages. Nice pick by Damara to find the White Cat at the very least. Still offered for VLT. They don't have that backside control. Berserks right now just navigating on throw. Fake out sent also to the other side. And interesting
No
enough.
plans.
Yeah, no plans as of yet. VLT, they don't want to be caught lacking. They'll just pivot on away, but Shiro hits the
Badhiya.
head of the IGL. Damara in position. Here comes the push
Badhiya,
from Berserks right
badhiya.
now. Madeline's SK Rossi doing their best to keep the fight going. But do they know? They don't know. They don't know. Nats gonna crawl on
Badhiya.
through. SK Rossi, now he figures it out. And Velocity, a much needed round on the board.
Yeah. Too close for comfort there, though. You never know. Might have been able to jump through the boxes and just got that nice little backstab.
जीत सकते
This is what
टेंशन
Velocity
मत लो
wanted,
भाई
needed in this round. Separating
Oh
the front
no,
to the back of the
sheesh.
site, not
जीत तो
allowing
सकते
Boom to get those punishes. And you saw there was a moment there, I think, where Berserk was waiting for maybe some of his traps to trigger, but Velocity was pretty keen on breaking or not tripping up, which is incredibly, I think, important in that situation.
Yeah, and in the end, right, Boom was the one who was a bit more impatient, jumped the gun. And that's why Velocity held off that spike plant for so long. So well read there by VLT.
Let's see.
Calls in the thick of the action, helping out the squad. But yeah, Nats, he's pushing. They're gonna keep an eye out. These one-ways, they do scare off Velocity to play the push there and straight into the stack that Boom have towards B.
Well, there's still a bunch of these tripwires and Shiro getting closer and closer for the peak.
Shiro still has the alpha on hand. More of the players of Velocity having full armor in this situation, so he still can't get that one-shot threshold. The flash comes on in, but Berserks with the cyber cages stacked on up. VLT, they're burning the Boom utility right now. Hunter's Fury comes up through from Madeline as well.
Nice, Rossi.
Number 5, SK
Nice.
finding one. It's Velocity again, winning out the trades, but here the backside Boom is stable with
What do we
Shiro
do?
and Berserks. Come on, these names. How many times do you have to say it for Boom Esports? The spike now in the threshold, in the sightlines here of Berserks. Madeline will try to look for the rotation into Boba, but who sees
Let's
who
go.
first? Nats now found out. 15 seconds left. Berserks get away from the contact points. Velocity, they're
10
pressed for
seconds
time.
left.
There's the fake. Berserks now into cover, and Madeline, does he have it in him?
Recon
It's not
हो
gonna
तो जान दे
happen.
जानी
Berserks again. Brilliance
बाबू
here.
रिकॉन तो हो
And
जान
it's a
दे
fourth round for Boom.
That's insane. He allowed himself to not break the
ये मैप
recon
जीत भी
guard
जाते तो नेक्स्ट मैप
just
जीतेंगे
so
लग रहा है
that Madeline didn't really know if Berserks went for the wraparound. Look at that. He was like looking straight into B main thinking that, oh, he might have actually positioned himself just more passively. Berserks is
हमारा रिकॉन तो हो जाने दे करोड़ है जीत सकते हैं
galaxy braiding. I haven't used that term in like forever, but I think it's pretty apt in that situation.
Yeah, man. He's in a completely different universe with the way he's playing this game right now, and it has helped out Boom immensely. Velocity, again, he's getting corralled really by Boom right now, and
टाइम तो देखो वैसे भी प्लांट करने आते वो मारी देता अगर तुम पे इन्फो नहीं है तो टाइम वैसे ही कम है तो रिकॉन हो जाने दे अगर ट्राई कर ले मार पाएगा तो
backside, they're happy to play the retake.
हार तो वैसे ही गए
It's been a strength of Boom so far on this defense.
Well, we'll continue to do so. Now that VLT is just
वो शीरो आउटलॉ नहीं छोड़ रहा है
trying to maneuver themselves into mid, using that smoke as a bit of coverage, but they only really have the pistols to try to work with.
Yeah, Damara instantaneous though after the tripwire's broken. He lets rip the overdrive. No one home though, no one home. Can't find any of the Boom targets. They've done a good job to tuck themselves away. But Damara now, yeah, just powerless to stop White Cat in that situation. Aftershock though, the VLT trying to make it comfortable, but they're the ones trapped in the web of Boom. Madeline again, fighting back with the Sheriff.
Oh.
Stellar shooting from Madeline. Don't count him out ever. But in this situation, same scenario. Time running out, bodies to the floor, and Boom, go to 5.
That was close though. Madeline getting a bit of heat check, heat retention, rather, as he keeps hitting all the shots with the Sheriff. But man, were his teammates left out to dry at the back of that A site. They tried to push, and I like the idea here from Boom, where the obvious thing was just don't get contact up until Damara loses his ult charge. Once that happens, he's just gonna be on the pistol. Same with the rest.
And just this is the concern. We brought this up yesterday actually against Nongshim. Now the teams have understood how strong Velocity are on their comfort maps in their incredible composition. You know, Velocity themselves have been saying that they get to play their game to the extra level thanks to them being just masters of what they get to play in the first place. Yeah, there's so much tape now. There's so much homework to be done that you can do coming into a Velocity game. There's so many VODs to watch here in Ascension Pacific itself. And we're seeing more of those antis come on through. We're seeing the readability on those tendencies. And in that case, right, Boom knew where to tuck themselves away after that mid pivot from Velocity. So those are the concerns right now. Can we see more from Velocity off this timeout? Because you know that a coach like Godspeed has made the system, has helped out this team immensely in their domestic run and more. So right now, VLT, they need an answer and fast.
Well, you gotta come up with something, and that something might be just again brute forcing their way here through the A
मैं
side.
जा रहा भाई, नहीं देखा जाएगा, बंद कर दो स्ट्रीम. मेरे साथ मेरा हो गया भाई. मैं
Ace right now from Boom. I wonder if it's just for maybe a paranoia something.
Oh man, lightning fast.
मरना किसको था? हमारा lightning first. हमारा मर सकता था.
Boom. Already getting the first pick on the board. It's been one concern too in this map, right? Whitecat has been getting these first kills over and over again. If it's not him, it's players like Shiro, maybe even Berserks in those anchor holds towards B. While Russ and Damara are looking to see if Boom would push out in the angle. It's Whitecat holding close. They're gonna line up for him, and there you have it, falling like dominoes. He's already gotten 4. We talked about aces throughout the tournament. He wants one, doesn't get it thanks to SK Rossi, but there you have it. That's the one who got the ace in the first game. Well, he'll deny his own teammate, who's already been felled anyway. Another one for Boom.
I was just about to point out as well that this could potentially be the 18th ace of the tournament. that statistic brought to you by our production. They said 17th from that last game. He could have had the 18th, man.
He wanted it. He wanted the highlight, and that's just like, sorry, bud. Gotta finish the round now. Yeah, this hurts though for Velocity. Like, you can feel the momentum, the vibes, all in Boom's favor. They're just having fun at this point. That's really the cost of Velocity right now. And NC Slasher sending out the Owl drone. They get big intel. That's a heavy-handed approach from mid, and Shiro again stopping the Mara before he can even slide on in. No entry into Boba. It's Boom with a private reservation in this function. Shiro, he also wants to push. SK Rossi low HP right now, and yeah, Velocity, they're trying to find a way into the B sites. Straight on through. Shiro's there. What just happened to us in lightning fast? We're done with the round, and we get the flawless from Boom.
Man, you could immediately see how quickly Boom just envelops the map as soon as they know that Velocity are slowly backing away. Look at how many angles of attack they had. Just numerous.
They're catching Velocity, who love to play as a back right, who love to play as a 5, and Boom are just maximizing their mobility around the map and then some. Still, Velocity not out of this one. Still rounds to go. Ultimates available. We've seen VLT, of course, have that incredible performance in the group stage. Try to replicate it in the playoffs. Madeline just searching for anyone to hit to no avail.
Here. Excuse me. Yeah, now they're gonna just try to go through elbow.
Nats, he was trained on it. Boom again, just ready from the get-go. The pre-aim at this point, the crosshair placement is just ridiculous. They immediately expect where Velocity is gonna come from. Lightning fast here, trying to beat the high-low setup. 2 is better than 1, and Berserks is better than them all. A double here, Whitecat comes on in, 8-1. Is that another flawless from Boom?
Yeah, I think it was. Goodness, he took forever on that angle and still somehow he lost the duel. What is this? Yeah, like Fast saw already where the other Omen was, and again, just couldn't really push through it just because he knew that he was getting tracked. And the pressure keeps rolling, the punches don't stop, and Velocity burnt using
It's over.
final tactical timeout.
मैंने देखी
Very
भी नहीं,
similar to
match
what
भी
we
नहीं
saw
देखा.
with NAOS on that first series. This truly is a day of the rollouts, or the rolling rounds. Boom is the one that's benefiting, reaping the rewards.
Yeah, they're just running away with it at this point. And again, just this experience that Boom has here. They dropped the series in the group stage, but at this point in hindsight, it was against SLT, who has been flawless so far in the series here. It's crazy to think that this Boom roster, they want to get back into Pacific. They are hungry to make that accomplishment happen yet again and do it on their own terms this time. This score is representing their efforts in this matchup truly. 8-1 in command of the half. And yeah, as you said, Velocity burning their second time out here just to try and find any semblance of success. The Stingers are out. The Sheriffs are there too. But it's just so tough again for VLT. They've been caught in a loop. As it's been 5 rounds in a row for Boom already.
This is going to be even worse now that they don't have any more money to play around with. Oh my goodness, Damar is down to 14.
No, that's the thing. When have you seen Damara healthy coming into an entry, right? It's been always him at a critical HP junction. He's getting sprayed, getting hit. The blind side comes on in. Velocity. There isn't going to be confidence if your Neon is healthy to play the entry there. He's just going to die too early.
Well, come to a halt once more. This is what you don't want as Velocity being herded by Boom, shepherded to where they want you to take the fight. Boom now setting up for that A site. Look at how like slow VLT is on the approach. It just goes to show that they're very cautious of a potential mid lurk once again, and this is burning a significant amount of time for them to work their way to the other site.
Yeah, they know they gave it up earlier on, and Boom has conditioned the opposition to be wary of that fact, but it's different this time. Just stations here for both the Omen and the Yoru. Shiro in position here with elbow held well, and that's one. He's not afraid to use those hands to get those kills. Paranoia, the response here. Boom still in position. Nearby safe. SK Rossi though. That's a big kill. That's another one from SK Rossi. If Velocity want the fighting chance, this is their moment. Lightning fast with people of their own. Berserks here in position. And VLT. They've been waiting for this opportunity. Guns to pick up. It's against Shiro though. 1v3. Oh. Cyber Cage's gone. Lightning fast. And SK Rossi just waiting for the contact to come their way. Tripwire's there. Berserks again, though! And yeah, Berserks. He's breaking the hearts of Velocity at this point. The pings come out from the neural theft, but the double up here. It's well played by Velocity. They've needed a round like this throughout this map, and they'll get it through the Thrifty.
My goodness. They had to fight tooth and nail, travel hell and high water just so that they can claim that Thrifty round. How did this even happen? Great separation onto the smoke from Velocity. Boom came in one by one, trying to utilize their Neon's overdrive as they try to march through the site, but Velocity was having none of it, and they finally take a round after such a long drought.
Break some momentum, yes, but the bank of Boom is still looking healthy. Velocity need another one in the books here to try and rally for potential 8-4. But in this case, Berserks again. He's read the book of SK Rossi. He's put some footnotes already on these pages, and there you have it. The other Cypher's gone. Boom still continuing that trend. NC Slasher gets to double the trade there after the fall of White Cats. 4v2 immediately here, and we haven't even gotten through the 30-second timer.
Well, they're gonna try to open things up even more, but Again, with Lightning Fast holding mid, there's a potential rotation here for Velocity, but it's just 2 of them remaining, and look at how far Nats has gone through enemy lines, enemy territory.
Yeah, if left unchecked, this could just hurt the chances of Velocity even more. Critical contact so far. Nats has the timing! And there's no way! Nats again scratching the backs of Velocity and taking them down 1 by 1. 9-2 here for Boom.
I can't believe he's the one that caught the timing on that. They were looking in his direction for a solid 5-10 seconds before they even looked away. And then he just found Lightning Fast, the end of his tailcoat, and just stalked them, got the kills, denied them even any access to that A site.
Yeah. It's just tough. It's just tough at this point for Velocity. You're looking for hope. You're looking for a convincing round with the buys. It's just not happening here for VLT. When Boom just decide to be even more proactive around the map. Here we go again. Mid-held Shiro seeing Damara straight on through. While Russ tries to send it with the Rolling Thunder. The Gate Rush, of course, in position. Hunter's Fury to play. And Berserks with the spam. Whitecat 2. They made the kill box into markets. And it's just free real estate here for Boom at this point. They're buying up. They're getting everything that they would like. And a statement at the end of the first half to make it 10-2.
Yeah, the attack there from Boom, from Velocity felt very countered. I mean, they started pushing in through market like you mentioned. Oh, that's how he got the kill on Lightning Fast. He saw the dredges of the Shrouded Step, and that would seal the deal, seal the life of Lightning Fast. With that, trouble continues, trouble ensues even more as the 9-3 is there. And again, we're just going to go 10-2 actually, and then we're just going to go on a halftime break.
This is the end. And it continues. Boom Esports with a dominant showing in that first half here on Sunset. 10-2. There is not a lot of breathing space available for Velocity.
Yeah. Same struggles for Velocity coming into the second map, and Shiro now still stoic as ever. Willing to play that first contact. We pivot straight into B, where Whitecat's the one leading the charge. Trying to make that space, but Russ finds him. Velocity, they have some good stations here at the back of the site. Shockdart comes on through it. SK Rossi taking a big chunk of damage. But BLT proving themselves with some pistols. Nancy Slasher just cleaving on through, but Madeline, man! Keep an eye out. Berserks on the other side. Now Berserks versus SK Rossi. Camera scene. Berserks in position, and Berserks again! One more time, he just does not lose. The Zowie clutch here for Berserks.
How does he keep reading that?
It's madness, man. It's madness.
Yeah, it's just no how. Like, okay, I got tagged by the camera. I'm gonna look where exactly SK Rossi was gonna pop out. Yeah, the thumbs up. Oh my goodness, this is, like you mentioned, this is absolute madness. And even deeper to it we go. We descend more and more. 2 more rounds for Boom here. And Velocity. Is that a force buy we're seeing again from them?
अब क्या करेंगे?
They're gonna try to will it with the stingers here. They've also pushed up into tiles, and that's a great kill by Velocity.
Agadam, bagadam.
Overrun the lurk. Berserks was the biggest threat. Now they take him down
देखो
early.
ये तिकड़म.
Still more to come though. SK Rossi. Great shot with the Sheriff too. So no count out Velocity in this one. Paranoia comes on in. SK Rossi with another. Just saw the direction of the utility.
Oh!
Wow, SK Rossi! We saw how effective the Headhunter was yesterday on Lotus. Now with the Sheriff, it's the same kind of hand cannon. And VLT, much needed, is an understatement, man. They get it done, they get the round, and at least
They stay.
The back of Boom now.
Yeah. That was a Hail Mary for Velocity here, and they for sure needed it. That kill on the Berserk was already a collateral that, you know, Boom was prepared to get, but this one from SK Rossi.
He got the kill onto Nats fully blinded. That's insane.
Yeah, I just realized that too.
I thought it was just like, oh, Paranoia tracking. He's like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, looks like there's still somewhat of a aggressive buy here for Boom. Velocity's got to be careful.
Yeah, double shotties. Especially one in the hands of White Cat. Boom right now. Perhaps expecting some close holds here from VLT, and instead it's VLT looking to challenge here from backside, but this is exactly what White Cat wants to do. Go for the overrun. Berserk's already catching out SK Rossi. And Boom, quickly get the flat.
Oh, are they going to charge out just to match where they're going? Looks like no for the meantime.
Oh, nice catch though with the stun.
Nice,
That's
nice.
brilliant here from Russ, and with it, Velocity.
Still
C2 has
chance है comeback का. हम last
Now, with the numbers
हम
staying
12-1
hot,
पे भी बोलेंगे हम 11 round
from
जीत सकते
Velocity
हैं.
onto the site itself. Here comes NC Slasher. Can't mow down Damara at all. Shiro, that's a classic on hand. It's a free gun, but White Cat's the one with the big one. The double dare with the Bulldog. White Cat also trying to move, trying to groove, just can't find the angle here. Shiro's still in position, and Shiro's found the upgrade. Into the smoke, he finds Lightning Fast there! And the Zowie clutch to bring Boom the series points.
Wait.
क्या हो गया ये लोग को? क्या खेल रहे हैं आज ऐसा क्यों खेल रहे हैं?
A significantly weaker buy, and then they just keep pushing in. This one. All right, we saw the clutch. Perfect. What made that
कितने clutches निकाल दिए?
Positioning in that 2 versus 2 was that White Cat synced up.
खत्म हो गया भाई.
Yeah, was that
Now
White
we have
Cat
to win 3
synced up with
series.
NC Slasher
आज जीते
at
होते
the
तो
back
एक
of the B
series
side rather
जीतनी
than
थी. अब
separating
continuously
for a
3
pinch.
series
I think
जीतनी है.
because of that, they were able to.
तो मेरे को नहीं लगता possibility है क्योंकि नॉन्गशिम के साथ है अगली series.
16 and 6. Make that 17 and 6 right now. The MVP of Boom, the MVP of the group stage so far in the stats. And it has just been unrelenting from Boom from start to finish. A final countdown here for Velocity perhaps. Neural Theft into play. Hunter's Fury, the response. NC Slasher.
Next series नॉन्गशिम के साथ है. इसका मतलब no Indian team on VCT stage once again.
And Shiro's not done. He's gotten one more. He wants to get another one here. 3 for Shiro, and that's all she wrote. As Boom will get the flawless, will get the sweep, and will take Sunset 13-3. They're one series away.
बढ़िया टीम आई सामने हम गायब हो गए. हर साल की तरह की यही कहानी. Next कल there is no game actually I guess. कल कोई गेम है? 1 मिनट. कल गेम नहीं होगा तो कुछ एक आधी रील कुछ पोस्ट करूंगा, देखेंगे. ताकि एक रील देख लो, अब भी वो भी पोस्ट की हुई है. वैसे तो ये जीतते यहाँ जाते. अब ये हार गए हैं तो यहाँ जाएंगे, फिर यहाँ से ये जीतना पड़ेगा और उसके बाद ये जीतना पड़ेगा. हो गया कल्याण. और नॉन्गशिम के साथ गेम है. वंस अगेन बूम और नॉन्गशिम में दिखेंगे हम लोग को शायद इधर और इधर क्वालिफाइड वाले स्पॉट पे. कि अपना तो हो गया है. कर दो अपडेट. हाँ हो गया. कंप्लीटेड. वेलोसिटी और बूम में खत्म हो गई बात. इट्स ओवर. इट्स ओवर. कल क्या है? कल 20 3 है ना, कल 24 थोड़ी है, कल 23 है, मतलब कल ब्रेक है। नेवर माइंड, कल ब्रेक है तो देखेंगे, या तो खेलने और कुछ खेल लेंगे स्ट्रीम पे, या फिर देखेंगे कुछ शूट वगैरह करेंगे। टिल देन बाय बाय, टेक केयर। आज 3 घंटे में 4 मैप्स खत्म किए। लेट्स गो।